They're top of the league, mate. You didn't play the tune, bro. You
We're
didn't play the
live,
song.
Dan. We're live, bro.
What happened to the song, bro?
That's it. It's
What
done,
happened?
innit? We're live. What's happening,
Where's that
people?
intro?
Say it again. I
What
forgot.
happened
It's
to
done
the?
now. We've gone live now,
Oh,
Dan.
oh, mate, I was waiting for that tune, bro. Big up, everyone. Big, big, big result for Arsenal Football Club today. 7 games in the Champions League, 7 wins. Easy work. Mikel Arteta has built a monster of a team in Arsenal. Dan, what are you saying, man? Did you enjoy that game?
Yeah, great performance. Great performance. Great win. Jesus with 2 goals. Gyökeres with a banger. What we've been waiting for from Victor Gyökeres was a goal like that. Top bins or keeper got a touch to it. But yeah, great finish from Gyökeres. So yeah, man, can't complain. Top of the Champions League. No losses. 7 out of 7. I think that's only 2 goals conceded, is it? Or is it
Yeah,
3?
bro. 2 goals conceded, 20 goals scored, mate.
Crazy, crazy. Why is everyone in the chat talking about my striker 14 now? I weren't hearing this before. Do you understand?
Big up Gaza, though. Big up everyone.
One thing
Listen,
I'll say about Gyökeres when he went through on goal,
I
it dropped
know.
nicely from great finish, but the build-up play was horrendous. That pass that he passed into, who was did he pass it into?
To Saka. No, that wasn't a bad pass. Saka just, I don't
Yeah, it was
know.
too powerful, but yeah, he slapped it. As Sahal
Yeah,
saying there, great finish from Gyökeres, man. Great stuff.
yeah.
I've
Listen,
always backed the
listen.
players. Sahal said he's always backed the players.
Yeah, so
Fair
how
play, man.
listen. We all back the players. We all want him to do well as well. But listen, you're allowed to have an opinion and say, I still think, me personally, I'd still start Jesus on the weekend. I
Hundred
just would.
percent.
I think we're a better team with Jesus. I thought that first goal he scored, Gyökeres would probably break his leg trying to score that. But look, it's a great, great, great position to be in. There's nothing more. The only perfect thing that could happen after Jesus is back to you got to come on and bang a goal as well. And whoever starts on Sunday, they're both going to be full of confidence, and this is key.
100%. For me,
Sometimes, go on, Dan.
no, for me, Jesus has to start on the weekend. He's got previous against United as well, where he sent. Who was it that he sent on the floor? Was it Dalot he
Yeah,
sent
that
on
was
the floor?
dirty. Yeah, that was dirty. Yeah, that was
That
dirty
was
to kill the game off.
horrible. But yeah, Gyökeres scores the banger. That's all I've been waiting to see from Gyökeres. I said it a couple of weeks ago, bro. All these tappings and all of that. I just want to see you slap something, and he's done that tonight, man. So happy for him, happy for the team, and we move on to the weekend with confidence, man. Also, Man City, embarrassing stuff, man.
Embarrassing, Man City, mate. More than you believe. What's going on, Man City,
Fucked
mate?
up my accumulator big time, bro.
Oh, what did you must have done it early, bro? That was an early kickoff,
Yeah,
bruv.
bro.
You
I
weren't,
put my bet on about 5:30, and I was
hey,
contemplating should I
bro.
put Man City in? I thought, you know what, go on
Nah,
then,
yeah,
put them
bro.
in.
I left them out, Dan. Done me, bro. Napoli, bro, and they were playing against 10 men for 70 minutes.
What
Bro,
happened? They lost or drew?
they drew, bro. Copenhagen, they were 1-0 up against 10 men, and they drew 1-1. I had Sporting Lisbon to win, both teams to score. They beat
Mm.
PSG 2-1. That was like 5-1. Bro, Dan, I would have been in, bro. I would have been
Who beat
in.
PSG? Sporting Lisbon.
Yeah, bro. They beat them 2-1. I fancy them,
Wow.
bro.
Imagine if you would have had that on, you would have had the Man City to lose to Bodo Glimt. You would have been
No, that's
talking
what
big
I'm
peas,
saying.
bro.
Bro, these things happen all the time, bro. These things happen all the time. But let's get back to
Crazy.
Arsenal, man. I mean, Dan, in the Champions League, it's not like we've had loads of easy games, right? We've played Bayern Munich at home, dealt with them 3-1. Inter Milan, they're leading the Serie A, so they're the best team in Italy at the moment. Gone there. I thought it was comfortable from the start. Soon as, with
Very
Arsenal,
comfortable.
first 10, 15 minutes, I knew he was going to win this game. And we won it 3-1. We beat Bayern Munich 3-1 at the Emirates, very comfortable. We beat Atletico Madrid 4-0. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And not
looking.
to be negative, I just want to just touch on there was one man that weren't in the team for all of these games. His name is Odegaard. Nowhere to be
Yeah,
seen.
no, listen. Just you make a great point. Yeah, he wasn't. He was in the team for Aston Villa when we were on 4-1 and was probably the man of the match or one of for that game. But I hear you, bro. But I look, and Eze, he was all right today. He had little moments. And listen, if Eze starts on the weekend, I'd probably be a little bit more excited. I'm not going to lie. It's getting to that point with Odegaard where, all right, he sets the tone, he presses, and every now and then he does something magical, but like it's not
Yeah, I don't
often
think
enough.
Eze didn't do himself no great favors
He
today, if I'm
didn't.
being
He
honest.
didn't. He didn't. To be
He
fair,
wasn't he wasn't great today. He didn't stamp his authority on the game and say this is why I should be starting once again. It was another lackluster performance from him, if I'm being honest with you, man. But weekend's coming, innit? And I think we're gonna see
yeah.
Odegaard slip straight back in. I don't think he'll be starting Eze in that game, especially after this performance tonight. He's not done nothing to say I must start against Man United for me.
Do you know what though? Sometimes the things that you do that can slow the team down, and Gaza makes a great point there. Sometimes
Facts.
without Arnold, we do play a bit faster. That is a great point. To be fair, we do
100%.
play a bit faster. Odegaard seems to be coming deeper, collecting the ball. He divvies
We're
on it a
more of
little
a
bit.
threat down forward. It's more fluid
In,
when he's not on the
yeah,
pitch because what
it's let's go forward straight away. Look at that first 5 minutes. I was like, bro, this is the football I want to see. For that first goal, the
100%.
little tick attacker and that was brilliant. I know we got a bit
Odegaard
lucky
dropping deep like a
with it.
quarterback, just slowing things down. You're right, man. You're right.
Yeah. Big up
AFC
every single
always.
person in this chat.
He comes from Sweden. The girls are very nice. He
He
dumped
dumped
his
his
girlfriend to
girlfriend to
play
play
red
on the
and
red and
white.
white. Go on, your careers.
Gyökeres done his thing. That's all I've been waiting for. Listen, if he starts on the weekend, I'm happy. I'm still not. You can't trick a trickster. I'm sorry. You can't
Lauren
trick
Blanc,
a trickster.
I'll tell you about Lauren Blanc. Lauren Blanc scored over 100 goals, you know. Crazy stuff. Centre back scored over 100 goals. So big up Lauren Blanc.
Yeah, Lauren Blanc's a serious defender, man. Ultimate team as well.
Angel and
He's
Van
decent.
Diesel, feed your careers, the GOAT, and the GOAT will score. Well, look, he kind of made that goal himself today, to be honest. I know he got played. Well, actually, it was a phenomenal pass from Martinelli.
Now, what we
Absolutely
doing there? He
green
made it for
pass.
himself. How did he make it for himself? It was
No,
a
no,
ricochet that just fell nicely to him,
yeah,
my bro.
exactly. So it fell to him. It's not like someone passed the ball. Like it literally fell to him. He was there in the right place, and he's back in the top corner.
Yeah, right place, right time. Say that. Don't say he made the goal. He didn't make nothing.
Well, he
But it
was
was a
there in
great
the right
finish.
space, man. He was there in the right space. You know what I mean? He
But
made the
to
run.
be fair, I've always believed.
He did make the goal because he made the run. You know what I mean?
Listen, to be fair, I've always believed if he gets the chance to shoot in a good position, then it's gonna more than likely he's gonna be on target and he's gonna score. But he just don't get the opportunities often enough to shoot like that. He doesn't get the space to do that, man. Eze
Yeah.
are still. Who's that?
But honestly,
Burner boy,
that's
Greek
James. Yeah,
Guna.
honestly, I just think was this. Honestly, yeah. Look, this has been our best away performance of the season. I'd have to agree, man. I'd have to agree. It's and to go
Our
to
best
Inter
away
Milan. This is
performance
the
for the
Inter
season, yeah,
Milan
because
side that
Atletico and
they're in
Bayern
the
was at
final.
home.
They're in the final. They were in the final of the Champions League last year. You know what I mean? This is not the lead in Serie A right now. They've been there. They're a top side, man. You got to give massive credit to Mikel
But on the
Arteta
flip
and the
side, you say
players.
that, but when we're talking about the Italian league, we're talking about McTominay and people like Rasmus Højlund going over there and just dominating it, looking like world class. So I don't think the level of the Italian league is that good no more.
Regardless of that, Inter Milan made the final last year. You know what I
No,
mean?
I
It does
hear
not
that.
matter. They made the final of the Champions League.
I
They're a
hear what you're
serious
saying, Dan.
team.
I hear what you're
You
saying.
know? Yeah. So you have to say it's phenomenal stuff. This run that we won in the Champions League is phenomenal. What we're doing all season, I think that's 36 games played, 5 drew, 2 losses, and all the rest are wins. So it's look, I've been saying this year. I think a lot of us as fans, right? What we're not deep in, what we're not really, what we're undermining a little bit is the fact we're fighting on all 4 fronts and we're fighting seriously. We're going deep. We've got 1 foot in the Carabao Cup final. We're 7 points
No, we're not
clear in the
under.
Premier
We're
League.
definitely not undermining it. It's just
No, I do think some of us Arsenal
no
fans
one's
are because
undermining it. We're
no,
in a great
it
position,
is.
but the
I
key
know,
thing
but
is now,
sometimes
Dan,
when
is
you
to get over the
get
line.
draw,
We've seen this
sometimes
before.
regardless.
We've seen this
But not like
before.
this.
That's the only thing. Last season it was good as well,
We've
Dan.
never seen it. We've never seen it like this, bro.
Dan,
We've
last
never
season
seen
it
it.
was good as well.
Dan, no, it wasn't because we were 6 points off it by this time. Yeah, we went out. We lost our first leg of the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. You know what I'm
What are you
saying? So it
talking
wasn't.
about?
We lost to Newcastle last year in the first leg
All
of the
right, all
Carabao
right. Let's
Cup.
not talk about Carabao Cup.
Exactly.
Champions League, we was near the top.
We weren't near the top. We weren't
Smashing
top.
team
We hadn't
7-0
won
and
every
that.
game. We
Say it
hadn't won
again.
every game. We
I
hadn't
hear
won
that,
every
but we
game.
were still doing well, weren't we,
Yeah,
Dan?
we got through. Yeah, we got through.
Right then, and it turned out to be fruit.
I strongly feel like we win the Champions League this year. Now I have to agree. I think we're the best side in Europe. I don't think there's a better team than us. Look, it's a cup competition. Anything can happen. I think
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
ask
know
any
about that,
team,
Dan.
if you ask Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona, PSG, who do you not want to face? I guarantee you they'll all say Arsenal.
I
I
don't know about
guarantee you
that,
they will
Dan.
say Arsenal. I do.
I don't know about that. I
I'm
don't. I
sure.
think when you're those big teams, I don't think they fear no one. I don't think they're going to say we don't want
No,
this
but
team. They
no,
don't want
listen,
that
listen.
team.
Trust me. They want to avoid one team. It'd be Arsenal. Real Madrid know what happened to them last year. Bayern Munich know
Uh,
what's already happened to them this season. Inter
Good,
Milan know what's happened to them.
a good point
Atletico
that
Madrid
Haas
know.
is making there. Gyökeres is better coming off as a sub against tired legs. Go back to that.
Yeah, you know what? I thought the same thing. Big up, big up.
Jesus or Havertz should always start the first 60 minutes. It's a good point to make, Haas 86, man, because when he's starting, he hasn't been pulling up trumps in what he's been doing, but coming off the bench, made a
Mm.
good run, as Dan said. A bit lucky with the way the ball dropped in, but the finish, top draw, man. Top draw from Gyökeres. Best goal he scored for in an Arsenal shirt.
So how I'm surprised you say this because there's no way now. Maybe at the start of the season you can say we're more suited to Champions League, but there's no way now the position we're in we've got more chance of winning the Champions League. No way. Champions League, you have one bad day, one bad minute against Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu, and Mbappe, players of that ilk can do something special and just turn the game on its head. In the Premier League, the games that we've got left, I'm sorry, man. We're 7 points clear. I don't see that Manchester City town that losing 3-1 to Bodo, losing 2-0 to Man United, drawing 3 games before that. When did they last even win a game? That Man City side is not winning the Premier League. Aston Villa are not winning the Premier League. Liverpool and Chelsea are. Arsenal are winning the Premier League. So it's Champions League. We've got a big chance. I'd say it's
I'm
50-50.
not.
We've got a
I'm
massive
not gonna
chance.
be. I'm not gonna say that, but we're in a good position to win the Premier League. It's looking very good in the Premier
We'll win
League.
the Premier League. We're 1 to 10 on now with the bookies. It's crazy stuff, bro. They know they study everything. You know what I mean? Who we've got to play and all of that sort of stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, listen, I'm very confident we'll win the Premier
Yeah,
League.
I'm still cautious. I'm still cautious. But
So
yeah,
how
it's
does he
looking
feel in
very good.
Barcelona? You know, I watched Barcelona the other day and I watched Yamal and I thought Yamal was abysmal. I think he's actually been very overrated. I think what happens with good players, they come out, they play really well. And what happens, this is what Saka's finding it so hard, is when year after year, you have to keep improving your game, keep doing different things because players, they study you. The best players get studied by coaches, by everyone. And I think that Yamal, the other day I watched, but they lost
Yeah, I don't. You
they
know
lost
what?
two
When
one.
you're looking at all these other teams abroad and that, your Miles and all these teams, and I'm even going to throw it out there and say Mbappe. I've seen Mbappe come over to England 3 times now, and he's looked shocking. Yeah, the Premier
Yeah.
League's different. When you come up against these Premier League teams and the defenses and how quick we play, it's just not the same ball game. Yamal came over to the bridge, and what did he do? Nothing, nothing. So I've always said it in the Champions League. I fear the English teams more than any other team abroad. I fear coming up against the Liverpool, a team we ain't scored a goal against this season. I fear coming up against Man City. These are the teams I'm looking out for in the Champions League that I feel can cause us problems. I don't want to see no English sides in the Champions League.
Still, I
And
think we do him. I think any
you
English
thought
team
we would
would
do
be close.
Liverpool away, and you thought we'd do them at home, and none of that came to
Yeah,
fruition. Dan. So
listen,
I'm
no,
glad you
I hear
feel
you.
that
No,
way.
look, no, I'm with you. I'd rather not play the English teams. I am, but still, I just think we'd be too strong over 2 legs, man. I really do. Against most teams now, honestly, I think this is going to be a special season, man. I really do, man.
12 wins out of 16 in the Premier
Um,
League. His title is ours.
I'm not.
Facts.
I'm not. And I don't think it is though, because if we won 12 and lost 4, and Man City went on to win all 16, then they'd win the league by like five
I
points.
think what he's saying is that Man City ain't gonna win all those games, bro. Let's be
Yeah, of
honest.
course. But I mean, if you're being like, if you're being like proper about it, how many wins do we actually need? It's probably how many games are left? How many games we've got left in the Premier League? What? There's been 22 played now, is it?
Yeah, 22. So we've got 16 games. As I say, said 12 out of
Six,
16. Yeah, I
no,
think you might
12
be
at,
right. Waffle with
no,
that
12
12
at,
wins out of
listen,
16.
it
I think
probably
they'll do
would
it.
do it. It wouldn't guarantee it. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So,
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
I think that's enough 12 wins to be fair.
Let's get Waffle on anyway. Let me send in the link, bro. Are you able to send me the link, Dan? So I ain't got to squint and do it from here.
What to
Oh, you
what? Your
just
WhatsApp?
put it in the chat, innit? Okay.
UKG 100. What have I said that's delusional? Please tell me what I've said that's delusional. It's what happens when you're a realist and you have a bit of caution. You come in with this delusion talk. Yeah, I've been here before.
I
UKG
waffle,
100. I've been here for
waffle,
21 years, my friend.
waffle. It's in the chat, my bro.
See it there?
Jump on, my guy. So what you saying, Dan? We're going to win the quadruple, treble, double? What you going for?
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying that we're not going to win it as well, but I'm not going to say that we
I'm
are.
sitting on the fence, bro. Sitting on the fence. We're going to win the Premier
You mean
League. Yes
sitting
or
on the
no, man?
fence, bro? Stop asking stupid questions,
You
Dan.
told
Are we
me
going
to
to win the
ask you in
quadruple?
January.
No, we're
You
not. If
told
you
me.
want a question, then no.
All right.
Based on
All right.
probability and what teams have done in history, it's not going to happen, Dan.
All right. We're
Yeah,
going to
am
win
I
the
saying
Premier
that
League.
it can't
Are
happen?
we going to win
It
the
can't
Premier League?
happen.
Because you,
You
Dan,
ask me questions.
you've told me all season. Yeah. Ask me in January. That's been what you've said. It's there on all the videos we've done. Ask me in January. Are we going to win the Premier League, Dan? What are you saying? Are we going to
I
win it?
don't know, bro. I still
You
don't
still
know.
think Man City's going to win it?
I didn't say I still think Man City are going to win
So,
it, but
so
I'm
who do you think's
saying
going to win
it's
it?
highly possible. I can't say that right now because I've been burnt in the past. That's it.
Treble down. We win Prem, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. I want the Champions League. Do you know what? I think we'll win the Champions League, Carabao Cup, and Premier League. I think the FA Cup might just. I don't know. I think
Hey,
if we.
facts is, well, let's just win the Carabao Cup first. Let's get that over the line,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
we
of course.
then we
The
can
Carabao
start
Cup will be
talking
the will
Turkey.
be the will be the catalyst. And listen, I would take if you just offered me a Premier League now, I'd probably just take it. Do you know what I'm saying? But really and
Allahu
truly,
Akbar.
I think we'll win more, man.
UKG, what are you saying? What you're a ack, my brother? Big
Big
up
up Waffle.
Waffle,
Yo,
sending me pictures of Yokerez and videos
Come
of
on.
Yokerez. What are you saying?
just to wind you, man, up in it. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what? I know he's not been having the greatest of seasons, but you know what? Sometimes when a man's down, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and people are just doubting. Do you know what I mean? He comes on the second half and he scores a good goal. So that's it. There's no gassing or nothing. That's it.
So what is that? By scoring that goal, that hasn't got rid of my doubts, if I'm being honest. But it was a great goal, man.
Yeah, I listen. I'm not here to change those doubts or convince you otherwise. But all I'm saying is that he came on, he scored, and you know what? Fair play to him. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to him. And the thing is, as well, yeah, him scoring today aids us. Yeah, it's not like it's, you know what I mean? It's not like he hasn't helped the team today. He's come on, he scored against tired legs, good finish. And you know what? That can only give him confidence in it going forward, even if he starts coming off the bench, whatever.
Big up,
I think he scored one of our. That's his best Arsenal goal, but that might be one of our best goals of the season. If I'm being honest, I can't think of.
Madueke's goal was good as well. How come
There's been much better goals than that. Anyway, listen, I was trying to big up Jez's Arsenal. Great win tonight. He says, happy to see that you're positive. We have put the link in, Jez. If you want to jump on and join us, my friend, then come on, mate, and let's have a chat about Arsenal potentially winning the quadruple. What's going on? Big up deluded.
This
Dan.
is what I'm trying to say.
No, but
this is what I'm trying to say.
Do you know what? Look, Waffle, what I was saying before, yeah, I
Hmm.
think a lot of fans, right, and even listen, me, I was tearing the little bit of hair I've got out when Arsenal couldn't beat Forest, right? Fuming. Don't get me wrong, tepid performance. We had chances. When you look back on it, without the emotion, we did have chances to win the game. Should have got a penalty, but listen, ultimately, it wasn't a great performance. However, when you look at right, there's only three other teams that have played as many games as Arsenal, right? There's only three other teams that have played as many games as Arsenal this season: Chelsea, Newcastle, and Liverpool. Chelsea, Newcastle, and Manchester City, right? Now, are Manchester City where they want to be? They're nowhere near it, right? They're struggling in the Champions League. They could be going out. They're losing at home. They're losing to Bodo Glimt. They're 7 points off it in the Premier League, right? The only thing they're doing well is it looks like they're going to make a Carabao Cup final. Then I bring you to Newcastle, who last year finished in the top five. I would say Newcastle fans, they would expect it to at least finish in the top five again, at the very least top six. They find themselves in 8th position, and they've only just started coming into form. And then you look at Chelsea. It looks like they're going to. Well, they're in the Carabao Cup semi-final. They made it. It looks like they're probably going to go out. They're doing terrible in the Champions.
Hold on. Only 3 points. I'm just saying Newcastle only 3 points of top 4, so it's not that bad.
They're still off it, but they're off it right now. Yeah,
by
they're
3 points.
I don't care. They're not where they want to be.
All right,
they could lose next week and it could be 6 points. They're nowhere near where they want to be. Right. And
right.
they're going out of the Carabao Cup, by the way, as well. Yeah, and they're struggling in the Champions League. Chelsea struggling in the Champions League. Man City struggling. And you look at Arsenal now, who've played all these games as well. The only other team to play all these games. And where are we? We're sitting top of the Champions League. I don't think people understand just what is happening. And to be at that level, to win 7 games, and it's not like we've just played any teams. Bayern Munich, best team in Germany, one of the best teams in Europe. Serie A leaders, Inter Milan, Champions League finalists last year, 3-1 in their own backyard. Atletico Madrid, another top side, 4-0. You know, there's been some good wins. We've gone over to Bruges, we've won 3-0. It's been Atletico Bilbao, who are a decent side, a hard team to go away against. It's literally been, it's fantastic stuff. And you think we've only drew 5 games this season. 5 of them games have been in the Premier League. Every other game this season, I think we've played 37 games, 5 draws, 2 wins, and 30 wins, something like that. It's nothing short. It's nothing short of phenomenal. And listen, when we do draw, of course we're fans. We're football fans. We're gonna want to win every game. But there was 12 times when in 2004 when we were unbeaten, there were 12 times we would have been frustrated. There wasn't social media then. There wasn't YouTube for us to come on and express our feelings. We said it down the pub with our mates or whatever. We got on with it and went to the next game. I just think that it's gonna be really interesting this season, because if we can get that first Carabao Cup, I'm so confident we win the Premier League. Waffle, you said that we needed 12 out of 16. That's not mathematically, is it? That's just your opinion, right?
One of my other guys, BBK, he put up the stat in it, like 12 games out of 16. You know,
I just want to say, if we were to win 12 but Man City were to win 15, they would actually be above us. Because
you're right. You're right. But really, that's depending on if they win all those games.
Exactly. So he's saying if we win 12, it should be enough. Which
I can't see Man City. I can't see Man City winning 15 games, and Man City are not winning 15 games. I don't. Yeah. Definitely not.
They're not. 100%. They're not. Well, we're going to beat them for 1 anyway. 18 people.
Oh, flipping hell. We're going to go over. He's saying that we're going over to the Etihad and beating them, something we ain't done in how long.
I think so. We might not have to beat them, though.
We might not have to. That's the thing.
We might.
It might be wrapped up by then, hopefully. Fingers crossed it is. You understand? And like I said on the weekend, they got Wolves. Stop taking that Wolves game as like it's just game over. People think they're just going to roll Wolves over. Wolves are standing up right now, bro.
Where's Hugo tonight?
Do you know what? I didn't actually send him the link. Let me send it to him. I
don't think Dan started him, but yeah, that's what I'm going to give Arteta his credit. What he's done in the Champions League this season, I've said it. Yeah, it is phenomenal. Great performance in the Champions League. The teams that we've beat, as we've alluded to, Bayern Munich, it ain't been no easy team. So yeah, he deserves all the credit. Even today, you could see he was hungry on that touchline, man. Even when we was 3-1 up, he was out there screaming, barking orders. Gyökeres came on, scored a banger. And I think he got the lineup right today as well. Definitely got the lineup. Mosquera came back, and I think Mosquera looked good today. It's good to see him out there. Lewis Skelly, I think it was a better performance from Lewis Skelly today.
Yeah. I don't think, you see Inter Milan, you're saying the Inter Milan of old, innit? Also as well. I don't think they were that great today, but you know, I think we were better. We look good today.
We lost as well.
Yeah. We just sorry.
No, I'm just saying they made the Champions League final last year.
Yeah.
One of the best teams in Europe last year.
Yeah.
And the top of the Serie A, I get it. Listen.
They beat us last year as well, didn't they?
1-0. Yeah, 1-0. Yeah.
You know, we don't have Thierry Henry, and when we beat them 5-1, they beat us 3-0. Like no teams are really what they were, you know, apart from, I mean, Real Madrid still have some top players, but I think we get a bit lost in that sometimes. You know what I mean? It's a new era. Football's different now. That's the way it is. They're still one of the best sides in Europe. You know, you don't make a
Of course.
They played Man City in the final only a few years back when they lost to Rodri, scored that goal. They played in the final last year. Look, they looked tight a bit. They looked like, I think Arteta went out and was like, you know what, target down that right side. Saka had, it was a Cherby, and who was the other player they had? I can't remember. But we were causing them problems right from the off.
Mm.
But go on, Waffle. Carry on, my bro.
Was it
Sorry.
DeMarco? Is it DeMarco? Isn't it? Is it DeMarco? Yeah. No, I just thought. I just didn't think Inter Milan were great today, but we made them. We made them not look great
I
today.
think in the last 2 games before that they lost as well, innit? In the Champions League, Liverpool beat them 1-0. Dusty
Yeah.
Liverpool. Atletico Madrid, I think, beat them as well. But San Siro, going over to the San Siro is always a great win. Legendary.
Yeah, of
Hey,
course.
Jez,
Speaking of legends, here
what are
it
you
is.
saying, my guy?
Well, it's a great win tonight, wasn't it?
Fabulous.
Can't deny it. Reminiscent of when we done them. Well, when was it? 2005 at the San Siro. Actually ticked them off the park. Oh, it's a great win, man. Great
You
win.
talking about the 5-1 with Henri? That one.
Yeah, Thierry was
Yeah,
unbelievable.
the 5-1.
Madness.
Was it Javier Zanetti runs one way, pulls back, and the finish? Yeah, that was a special night. That was. Was you there for that game?
That was the biggest defeat they'd had by an English club in history in the Champions League.
Was you over for that game? The 5-1? Was you there?
Me? No, I wasn't there, mate. No.
Yeah. It would have been a special game to be at. Jez, I'll just reply to your comment here. Why make predictions that may not happen? Listen, it's YouTube, isn't it? It's just it's this discussion. That's all it is. And look, I think with the Premier League, I think we can all have a say on if we think we're gonna win the Premier League due to the position we're in. I don't think there's anyone now surely that would turn around and say, I don't think we're gonna win it. You may have your reservations. But I would think that most Arsenal fans now would be expecting and thinking that we are going to win the Premier League.
I'm expecting it, but there's still a long way to go. We've got a tough game come this weekend. Look, come on, we've got Man United home. We know they're our biggest rivals in football. Let's throw away the one about the tribal rivals. Tottenham, that's a totally different situation. Man United, for years and years and years, I mean, we can go back 40 odd years, and it's always been the big one. And yeah, okay, they had a good result at the weekend against Man City. Man City, I don't know what's happened to them. You know what I mean? They go against Bodo Glimt. Bodo Glimt's first win in the Champions League in history. So fuck knows what happened there. But at the end of the day, it's a massive, massive, massive game. And
do you know what it is, Jez? I don't see Manchester City getting more points than Arsenal from now to the end of the season. And we've got a 7-point cushion. I just don't see it. Manchester City, they've lost 2-0 to United. They drew 3 games before that. And they lost tonight. They haven't won in 5 games. They're all over the place. That Man City team is not going to win 9 or 10 games on the spin. Aston Villa, they had a chance to cut it to 4. They're not going to do it. They're just not. This is Arsenal's title this year, and it's going to be excellent what we do. And if we can win that Carabao Cup first, if we win that Carabao Cup, the talk, that's when the real pressure, more and more pressure will come, because the talk of not just me, not Arsenal fans. I say it tongue in cheek, you know what I mean, about quadruples. Realistically, I'm expecting us to win a double of some sort this season. But then the media will start with it then. You remember when it happened with Liverpool a few years back, and they were on for all 4, and they made the Champions League final. They lost the league on the last day, and they only ended up with the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And it felt like deflating for them, because even though they had won 2 cups, still great to win a double, the other 2 were the ones that they really wanted. And but with us, I feel like the Premier League, we will get. And then, listen, you give me anything with the Premier League, and it's only going to be a bonus. I'll take the Premier League on its own now. I'm going to ask a question for Jez, and I don't know if I've asked this to Waffle, because we had it on Dan Potts' show, and I was absolutely shocked. Now, I have to say, this was before we had beat Chelsea. However, it was also before we drew to Forest. Now, we drew a Forest, but we actually ended up a point better off. So make of that what you will. But the question was, if I told you now, Jez, right, I can guarantee you a Carabao Cup this season. Carabao Cup. However, I can give you another option. No guaranteed for no trophies, and just let the season pan out as it is. and see what happens. So you could still go on to win a quad, a double, a treble, the Premier League on its own, whatever, a Carabao Cup. Would you snap your hands off and take the Carabao Cup, or would you roll the dice and let the season play out?
I think you're looking at it from a different way that I'm looking at it. I think at the end of the day, I've got every ambition, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm very confident that I think that Arsenal can get it over the line. There's no question about that. Teams are falling off left, right, and centre. Man City, God knows what happened to them. Man United aren't going to win it. Chelsea are in a bit of a free fall. They're up and down around the corner. Don't know what's going on there. Aston Villa couldn't get it over the line at the weekend. Arsenal are sneaking it. Yeah, and look, come on, let's be honest. There have been times when Arsenal have won leagues like this. And come on, we're all going to be happy, aren't we?
Of course we are.
If we all win it, if we win it dirty, right? Like we did with George Graham's teams, I don't give a shit. I really don't give a shit. And I'd love us to win the Carrier Bag Cup. I'd love it. We haven't won one since 1993.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want that. And I think.
But would you, if you had to, just for YouTube's sake, because it was a thing we did on Dan Potts' channel, and there was quite a lot of discussion about it. Dan Potts, he said he would take the Carabao Cup and he'd just take that and be happy, because he was too scared. He wouldn't want to risk going a whole season with nothing. Whereas I was like, no way. For me, we're 7 points clear. At the time, it was 6, and I was like, we have to win that Premier League. So I would roll the dice.
For me, okay. I'm going to look at it. I'll be honest with you. I'd love us to win that League Cup, because I think it would give us. I think it'd give us the team confidence. I think it would give them ambition.
For sure.
And it could spur them on to bigger things. What I really, really want is the Champions League. I've never seen us win a Champions League, and that's the one I want. But to quantify that, guys, Dan, the League Cup would be brilliant to win it. I can't deny it. I want to see us silverware. I have got access.
Of course, but you wouldn't just take that now, would you? You'd let the season. You know what I mean? If you wouldn't, yeah. I was shocked. Like what JT just says here, there was only one answer to this question. I was shocked when I saw the small club mentality from Dan Potts and Coney's panel.
Sorry, Dan. Let me just comment quickly. Yeah, that UK G100 that was in the chat, I kicked him out. Yeah, talking nonsense in the chat. That's what will happen if you come in the chat talking shit. Goodbye. See you later. Peace.
I think for me, the Champions League is. I'd love it, but we've got to go one bigger than that. After all this time, right? 6 years, all that money, it's got to be bigger. And Premier League or Champions League.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Great.
This team ain't been built just to win a cup. You know, I mean, we've sacrificed cups over the years building this team to win one of the big ones, and it has to be the Premier League or the Champions League. I'm totally with you, Jez, 100%. What you saying, my friend? How do you feel about that?
There's only one answer. There's only one answer to this, and it's the Premier League, bro. Yeah. Listen, listen.
Yeah, but just so you know what you're saying, you'd risk it.
I'm throwing my dice. Yeah, I'm saying Premier League or whatever Champions League, because the thing is, you have to look at it like this. Yeah, this opportunity right now might not come for another 5-10 years. I'm not saying that we can't go on to whatever, but I just feel that we've waited so long for this opportunity, and to just win a Carabao Cup, yes, it's a trophy, but it doesn't satisfy me, because you'll have the high for a few weeks and then it'd be down. And you have to remember, winning a Premier League, is a status, because this is where people, I think a lot of people get mistaken, You know what I mean? You have to you have to own. Do you know what I mean? This is England, This is your bread and butter, the Premier League, You know what I'm saying, there's teams that have won Champions Leagues that has finished 5th in their league. Yeah, not disputing the Champions League that they've won and stuff. Yeah, but that doesn't tell me they're the best team in England. That just told me they done well in the Champions League. They got to the final and they won the Champions League. Fair enough, but 38 games, yeah, that is a marathon. And for me, for us to take that title off Liverpool and City, who just want to buy the league every year,
trying to do it again in January,
it's just gonna be levels for us. Yeah, we need this Premier League title more than any of our rivals right now. That's my opinion.
And I think you touched on a good point as well, because with the Champions League, like you said, you can have a bit of luck to win that, innit? But with the Premier League, there's no luck in winning the Premier League. 38 games, it doesn't lie come the end of the season with the team that finishes top. So yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. So what do you, man, think about the Champions League? Do you think we're in a strong position to go ahead and win that? Feeling confident?
I think we're the favourites for the Champions League. I would love to know. I reckon if we check now with the bookies, we'd probably be the favourites. And like I was saying earlier, Dan, I think if you went to Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, PSG, and said, what team do you want to avoid in the next round? They'd all turn around and say Arsenal. Because teams in Europe, you've got to remember, these teams have been playing in Europe and getting to semis and getting to finals. And Real Madrid have won it how many times? This Arsenal team, they don't know. They don't know about this. Is a whole new team. Arteta's got new tactics. You know, we're so strong from corners. Inter Milan, who are Italians, are known for their defense. They got outdone by another corner today. Bit of luck with it, but still, we got the goal in the end, and that was the game. It was to turn the game sort of on its head. It was 1-1 in the balance. Score that goal. I just think that the team is so strong. He's built a team that is strong, physical, fast. It's about the system. It doesn't, you know, we lose players. The other players still come in and do a job because the system has been built so well. And I think teams are going to find it really hard to play against Arsenal. And do you know what the really good thing is? Because we're now guaranteed to finish in that top 2. It's almost guaranteed we'll win it because we got Kirat next at home.
It's done. Let's not talk about top 2. We're winning the group.
Yes,
we're winning the
we won. We've won it. We've won it, right? And you know what that means? It means throughout the knockouts, all of our second legs will be at the Emirates. Now, if there's any manager that can go away and get a decent result away from home, at an Inter Milan, at a Bayern Munich, wherever, and then and be ready for that second leg at the Emirates, it's Mikel Arteta. But go on, Waffle.
See, the thing is for me, this is, you know, I was doing my watch along today, and I asked Cape, I said, who do you think the favourites are, like, for the Champions League? And I think we spoke on Bayern Munich, us. I think there was another club, but I have to be cautious here. And you asked the question, what team wouldn't want to play us? I think one team that probably want revenge on us is Bayern Munich, because in the knockout stages, it's very different to these games that we're winning in this league at the moment now. A knockout stage is so much pressure, and we've not got to a final since 2006. So yes, we got to a semi-final last season. That
was our first semi-final since 2009.
Since 2009, last year. So
Mikel Arteta came in, got us in the Champions League. Then it was a quarter-final, and that was a semi. Hopefully this year it's a final. We'll continue, my friend.
I just want to be cautious right now. I don't want to be like talking about quads and trebles and all that kind of stuff. I do think we're in a good position to win this league, but it's not stamped yet. You know what I'm saying? That Forest game may have caused a little bit of doubt. We've got, as Jez said, we've got a massive game against Man United. If we can beat Man United, then obviously the chest starts to form again. But I just think we just need to just be humble with the Champions League thing right now. Let's just take the game at a time, because over 2 legs, yes, you know, we might have smacked up Inter Milan today, but sometimes, yeah, I don't know. The Champions League can be cruel as well. So,
100%. You can look, Waffle, you can go out on penalties. You know.
Sorry, Dan. Dan said that teams don't want to see us. What teams, and to you, Jez, would you say that you would be a bit wary of coming up against? Because I've already said personally, I don't want to see no English teams. But what about you guys? Do you worry about anyone else?
Right now, if you want me to be totally honest with you, I don't scare anyone. I'm not frightened of anyone in Europe. We've proven. Real Madrid, nah. Barcelona, nah. Bayern Munich, well, we have a history with them. I think over 2 legs we could get the job done. But I think we have to be cautious. I mean, this is the funny thing, isn't it? Right. Great win tonight. Yeah, everybody's gassing it up. I mean, there's a gentleman in your chat saying we're going to win everything. We can't guarantee that, because we're only in the 4th round of the FA Cup. So what makes you confident that we can get to the final? Under this manager, we've never got past the 4th round.
No, we have. We've won it. We've won it with him.
Well, yeah, but that he didn't get past. He picked the team up. He picked the team up in the 5th round.
No, he didn't. He played every game in the FA Cup. He came in December. Jez, do you really want to do this? Because I know my facts when it comes to Mikel Arteta. He took over in December. The FA Cup started in January. He won every single game. Let's move on. That's a fact.
In what year? What season? What month?
In his first season, he took over the team in December. The FA Cup starts in January.
When did he take over the team?
December 2019.
Yeah, no, you are correct. I am wrong, and I admit I'm wrong. I'm a gentleman to say that I am wrong, but the fact remains. Let's not get gassed up about it. Yeah, we've got a great situation right now. I mean, the fact tonight we actually went there and beat them 3-1. I thought it might be a draw. I'll be honest with you. I predicted a draw. Everything was good. Inter Milan was shit. And fair play to Arteta. Fair play to him. He got everything right tonight.
Yeah, fair play to you for saying that.
Well, look. This is where people get it wrong, right? I do not hate the man. That's
good. Yeah. To be fair, you don't, but some people do. Some people do, don't they? For some reason, it's a bit strange. I'm not saying with you, Jez, at all, but there are others that are it's very strange. I feel like some people do have a real hate. I've heard them say it on the streams, I hate him, and it's like,
no, I've never met him. I don't know the man. Right? He's probably a very nice guy, but at the end of the day, yeah, when he gets it right, I'll praise him, and I have done. Christ Almighty! 3 years ago, when we used to do we used to do rate the players. There was times I was giving Arteta in the 23 season 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 because he got it actually on.
But it's funny you mentioned that season, Jez, because that's the season that gave me a lot of confidence. But go on, mate, carry on.
The fact is, he hasn't won nothing yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Now, the one thing
I like that though. I like the way you're adding "yet" now. I like that.
Well, there's every chance. Look, look. I'm an Arsenal fan first and foremost.
Of course, right? We all are.
I'm not an Arteta fan, right? If he gets it over the line, yeah, and wins a Champions League or a Premier League or a treble, or like people are gassing it up, the quadruple, then he'll be the best manager we've ever had. And I'll be the first to admit it. No other Arsenal manager has won a quadruple. No other English manager has won a quadruple.
Yeah.
It's a massive, massive, massive task.
What if he won the Premier League and the Champions League? Would he?
Oh my!
If he won the Premier League and the Champions League, right?
Legendary.
Then it's fantastic. No Arsenal manager has ever won the Champions League. Let's be fair. We've only got 2 European trophies. To go forward this season to win the Champions League will be nothing more than legend. And I admit that. And fucking
fair play, Jez, because you know what it is. You know, I think he's a friend of your shows as well. Big up, shout out to Shane Gooner, right? That he's very consistent. He does shows every day, and I appreciate the work ethic and all of that. Probably a nice guy, all of that, whatever. But his views on football were very different. And he said in one of his streams before that even if, this is when I know his agenda, he said even if Arteta was to go on and win 2 or 3 Premier Leagues, a Champions League, and a cup, it wouldn't be nothing special. It'd be all right for 10 years. And I just thought, hold on a minute. Like, what are you doing here? This is crazy stuff.
Look, I think people get caught up in a cobweb here because what some people say on my channel, what I go on other channels, and I don't agree with what Shane says. I don't agree with DJB. I don't agree with Lee. Lee and I have had many fucking debates off screen. Seriously. And I've been on Lee's channel now 7 years, right? Yeah. And everybody thinks, oh, we're all a get-along gang. No, we are not. Mm-hmm. What Shane says, I respect him for what he says. I respect Lee for his view. I respect Kenny Ken for his view. I respect you for your view. What Don Waffle says, right? Some people I've got absolutely no time for. I'm not going to mention them. But at the end of the day, if I get it wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, do not accuse me of agreeing with everyone because I've got my own bloody.
No. Oh no, I'm not at all. I'm just saying to you, I was very surprised, like for someone to say that. I mean, does that not? I mean, not just singling him out because maybe there's other people, you know. But I don't know anyone else who would.
All I want is Arsenal to win trophies.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a bit part player and we come second. Mm-hmm. I don't want none of that, right? I don't want none of that. I've waited too long now. 21 years I've been waiting for a Premier League. I've never seen us, none of us have, seen us win a Champions League. We got close once, and in my opinion, we were cheated.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We were bloody cheated. There's no way Jens Lehmann should have got sent off. Absolute disgrace. That's history. That's gone. People don't want me to talk about history because they're not interested in it. That's fine. I get it. I understand it. Right. But the fact remains, if this manager wins a Champions League or a Premier League or both, yeah, and I'm going to shock you right now. I'm going to fucking shock you.
Go on, Jez.
If he won a Premier League and a Champions League this season, right, I'd say legend. Give him a fucking statue because no other manager has ever done it. And that's a tough call for me because my favourite manager of all time is George Graham.
Yeah.
And he ain't got a bloody statue and he should have one, but that's a different story for another day. I've made a statement.
Yeah, that's a great statement, and I'd have to agree with you. On the George Graham thing, just do you think because he went to Tottenham and managed them and won a trophy with them, that's possibly why? I mean, the guy captained us to a double in '71. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
And he won what, 2 league titles. He won 2 FA Cups, League Cup, European Cup Winners' Cup. Trophy. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he did all of that, and then years later, after he left because of the money, the bung, and all of that, he ended up going to Tottenham and he won the Worthington Cup, I think it was called at the time, or whatever, with them. But do you think the fact he became a Tottenham manager is perhaps why he didn't get the statue? Because Herbert Chapman got one. Arsene Wenger got one, and I agree with you. Really, looking at it like that, he probably does deserve one. Do you think it has anything to do with him going to Tottenham?
No.
The scandal. I think George Graham, the scandal that came out with him, man. I think that's what done it.
Oh, I don't think he wouldn't not get a statue for that, though.
I think I'm sorry. He disgraced the club.
That's what I'm saying.
Arsenal at the time were classy Arsenal.
Yes.
And I think that's long gone now. I think the problem is that there's still board members at the club that were there in that regime that still resent the fact that he brought the club into disrepute. If you remember at the time, it was a massive scandal, massive, huge. But I've always said this, I always find it's quite comical, actually. When you think at the time, Sir Alan Sugar, or Lord Sugar at the time, right, owned Tottenham Hotspurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Terry Venables was the manager. I mean, what pair of more corrupt people could you get than them? Right? Let's be fair. Yeah. Lord Sugar didn't become a multi-millionaire by being straight. Yeah. Let's be fair. But the thing is, I think it's all down to the fact that George Graham brought disrepute on the club, and it still stands to this day, which I think is a great shame personally, when you look what he achieved in the 9 years he was here. But it's old news now. It's old news. I'm going to have to jump out shortly. But look, I'm just going to say to you right here, right now, yeah, I don't hate Arteta. I've never met the man, and I never will ever meet the man, right? But the fact remains, if he does what he potentially can do, it's all there on the table, boys. It's all there.
It is.
Right? I will say to him, fucking well done. Well done. I got it wrong. You've delivered, and I will now support you going forward. Go and do it again. But if he don't win nothing this year, then he has to go.
That's fair.
Let's go to a couple of these comments, Dan. I want to go to this one from JT. Big up JT, one of our members. He says Arteta needs to clean up some part of his games and actually let go his boys like Martinelli and Odegaard if they don't magically resurrect their form and bring in quality, and we can dominate. Now, on that point, JT, I think our best games, most of our best games this season, performances have come without Odegaard in the team. I know he had that performance, as you alluded to, against Aston Villa, Dan, but apart from that, Tottenham, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, now Inter Milan, he wasn't about, bro. And I just feel like we look more fluid without him personally. What do you lot think on that?
Let's go to Waffle on that one, mate. Please.
Say that again. Sorry. I was just chatting to Cape in it. Big up to Cape in the chat, man.
If he wants to come on, bro, he can come on.
Yeah,
man.
I'm just asking him now. Sorry, what was the question again? Sorry.
Just about Odegaard.
Yeah, Martin Odegaard. Best performance of this season, arguably being without him in the team. How do you feel about him? And do you feel like we're a better team without him? Do we look more fluid without Odegaard in the team? Because he does seem to slow down the game a bit sometimes. What do you think?
It's a good question, man. It's a good question because the easy answer would be to say yes. My problem with Odegaard, is that he needs to man up. And some might say, oh, he's not that type of player. Sorry, anyone who plays football, you have to have balls, at least, And Jez will tell you, you guys will tell me you've played football, If you're going to go into a tackle half-hearted, you're going to get probably hurt even more. And we've seen that with Odegaard this season already, where he's gone in half-hearted and he's been injured 2-3 times this season already. Odegaard has his good points, he's got good attributes, you know what I mean, when he plays in certain games. When he doesn't have a midfield that are on top of him and, physical and stuff like that, and he's got the ball and he's confident, he's good for that use. But for every type of game, I don't think he has that purpose in the team. It's the same with Eze as well. Yeah, Eze might come in and have his purpose for a little while. But I think it's styles that suit. It's the different styles of player, isn't it? And different games, different midfields, pairing and stuff like that. For me, Odegaard, yeah, and I'll say this again. I went to uni with Tony Adams, yeah. So you know, I've spoken to Tony Adams and everything, yeah. And
what was that after when he retired?
Yeah, this is when he was tired years ago, yeah. And
was he off the booze by then?
Yeah. He's finished, yeah. All of that stuff. Yeah. But the thing is, people don't know that Tony Adams is quite a placid guy. Yeah, he's quite a reserved, quiet guy. Someone in the semester threw a paper ball at the back of his head, and he didn't even flinch. He didn't even turn around. I was like, that's ice cold. But what he said about our captain, yeah, many people don't like hearing certain things in it. And I think mostly the younger generation, yeah, they don't understand what type of captain Tony Adams was. Now, I've been hearing him being accused of being a drunk, this and all that kind of stuff, yeah. But not only did he help people, yeah, when he came off that, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he spent money, do you know what I mean, on rehabilitation centers.
Well, he had his own clinic, didn't he?
All of that kind of stuff as well. So you know what, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, he's one of our most decorated captains. Jez might disagree or might tell you
I don't agree.
different than that. He's someone that I grew up because I'm from that era, you know, 80s.
He's the only captain, I think it's him. I think Giggs might have done it as well. That's won a league title in 4 different decades.
Yeah,
3 different decades. Yeah. He won it in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Yeah, 3 different decades.
So anyway, let me just finish. So we're not going to win the title because of Odegaard, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's other leaders in the team, yeah, that are also contributing as well, yeah.
Fact.
Odegaard usually gets hooked off after 60 or so minutes in a game and stuff like that. And he, as I said, he came back from injury. He played 2-3 good games. You know, he was half decent. But in certain games, I need Odegaard to stand up, yeah, and be counted. And people might think I'm being harsh, yeah, but this is the way of the world now, yeah. You know, your father, yeah, usually, for those who had a good relationship, yeah, that's the role model who you look up to, yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the leader of the household. That's the one that, you know what, you don't want to ever let down, kind of thing, yeah. With Odegaard, I feel that he has to have more responsibility. I'm not talking about the type that shouts at people, yeah, that goes mad at people, because he's not that type of leader. I just feel that, you know what, yeah, you are a very, very good player when you want to be, yeah. But I just need to see more consistency from you, and that's my problem, the consistency element. When Odegaard goes missing in games, we needed him again against Nottingham Forest. We would have been 9 points ahead now, yeah. And you know what? I would have been like, Odegaard, my captain, but he went missing. There's certain games he goes missing in the season, and I can't take that.
And he got subbed off, and I think it's a damning indictment that most of the time when we're back against the wall and he started the game, he's one of the guys that gets subbed off as your captain. I think he might be one of the most subbed in the history of the Premier League as a captain.
You see JT, yeah? He talks about captaincy debate is stupid, yeah? Ask Vincent Kompany if the captaincy debate was stupid, yeah? When these men won all those titles, yeah? It's not stupid, yeah. Your captain is very important in the role that they play for the club. You might not think about that.
I think just to be neutral, I think what he's saying is right now. There's no way you take the captaincy off him now. There wouldn't be. I'm not saying
Declan Rice. I'm not. Listen, whoever I want to be the captain, that's not the debate here.
I think fans would agree it should either be Declan Rice or a Gabriel. Really, you know.
Yeah, but
I mean, even when I see Saka with the captaincy, I mean, the one that really pissed me off, right, was when I saw Mikel Merino.
Yeah,
I know he's a European champion with Spain and he's a seasoned professional, but when he got the captaincy against Portsmouth and Gabriel was starting, and I don't know if it's a language barrier thing, because I've heard Gabriel come out and he's not best English, but he's still, Gabriel is a fucking warrior and a leader. He's been at the club since Arteta got it. It was one of his first signings. And I just found that a bit strange. Look, Saka, I get it. He's the poster boy of Arsenal and all of that. He's been at the club since he was 7 years old, whatever. But Michael Mourinho to get over Gabriel, that did surprise me. But moving on from that, Odegaard, we've got a massive game, as Jez was saying. Manchester United, they're fresh as daisies, right? It's not a coincidence that last week none of the top four won. Liverpool drew at home to Burnley. Arsenal drew with Forest. City drew with, who is it? They drew with again. No, they lost to Man United, and Aston Villa lost to Everton. All of these teams have been playing 2 games a week. Man United have been playing 1 game a week all season, and they were just fresh. They were up for it. Michael McCarrick, new manager, Barnes, and they played counter-attack. They let City have the ball. City didn't do nothing with it, and they hit them, punished them 4 or 5 times. It could have been 4 or 5-0. Now,
silky stuff as well, Dan, at that. Silky
Man United will, they played some great football. They will come to Arsenal and they'll do the exact same thing. Carrick will say, what you've done against City, do the same thing, sit in, play the counter-attack. And they have got players, like today, they had a few chances into Milan. They had a chance to make it 1-1 or 2-1, I can't remember, but they passed it, and the guy who scored the first goal, it would have went 2-1 Inter, and he passed it out to Thuram, and Thuram hit it over the bar. If that's to Mbeumo, you know, so United have got players that can hurt us. How do you feel we approach this game, guys? And there's a few questions I'll ask to all 3 of you. How do we approach the game? Number 1, you know, are we straight off it going for them? Because if you go for them too much, you could get caught in the counter, go 1-0 down at the Emirates. There's a bit of pressure. You expect Man City to beat Wolves earlier on, or the day before rather. So the gap could be at 4 points. We're playing a Man United team who've just had a big result. Do we go full throttle? Do we play it a bit more cautious? You know, do we try and bully them and use our presence and our quality? And does Eze start? Do we start Eze? Does Odegaard go back in the team? Who starts Gyökeres or Jesus? There's a lot to talk about in this Man United game. Dan, what are you saying?
I think we got to go at them with no fear. That's what we got to do. We can't have another repeat performance of Liverpool at home and Man City at home. Lackluster performances. Obviously, we can't go too gun-ho, but it needs to be. We need to have a lot more desire. We need to play quicker. So that's why I'm thinking: do we start Odegaard? Is he going to be up for this game? Is he going to be dropping back into that defensive role that he keeps going into to collect the ball? I'll probably start Eze myself, albeit he didn't have a great performance today. But I think, I just wouldn't be starting Odegaard. And also, with that banger Gyökeres' score today, it is a headache up top. Who do you start, Jesus, or do you start Gyökeres? For me personally, I think I'll start Jesus. I remember he had a good game against Man United where we already spoke about that, where he sent Dallo on his bum, finished it off nicely. So I would start Jesus and maybe bring on Gyökeres in the 60th, 70th minute like we done today. But yeah, we need to go for them. We need to go for them, and the football needs to be quick. It needs to be silky. That's my personal opinion. I wouldn't be sitting back and playing this slow football like we've been seeing against some of these teams at home. Jez, what are you saying?
Well, it's quite evident, isn't it, really? Did you notice the game today? Without Odegaard? The midfield was far more settled, quicker, slick, moving the ball forward, causing Inter Milan all kinds of drama. Odegaard, when he comes on, it's slow, predictable. And you look at his hot play on the stats. I'm not into stats, but everything goes out to the right. All goes out to Saka. It's all one boring style of play. I'm sorry, I don't think the guy's good enough. 2 years ago, I thought he was decent. I won't lie. He's dropped off. Ever since he had that injury, he's not the same player anymore. He ducks out of tackles. Against Nottingham Forest, he was stood behind the referee. That is not captain material. And I disagree with a couple of people in the chat. I'd bin him off captain now. I think Rice has got the hump with him. And at the end of the day, yeah, if you're not captain, if you're not good enough, and you're not getting the gameplay done, sorry, this isn't kindergarten here. This is professional football. If you ain't doing your job, fact for you, Odegaard is the most substituted Arsenal captain in history.
Crazy.
Shocking. And that says he is not good enough. Now, God knows why Arteta keeps putting faith in him, because he ain't the levels. Sorry, I don't care what anybody says. He ain't the levels.
So would you be starting Eze this Sunday?
Yeah, I would. James? Yeah, I would. I would not. I don't want to see Odegaard. I don't want to see Odegaard at all. He will slow the game. He will slow that game down, right? And that will allow Man United to come and attack us. No, Sahel, that's bullshit. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe the players voted for him at all. That was Arteta. Apparently
that is the case, though.
I don't believe that.
That is what I've heard as well.
That's what Arteta told you. That is what Arteta told you in a press conference. I think that's a complete and utter load of bollocks. Personally, that is Arteta's arrogant, narcissistic way of getting it over the line to do what he wants to do. And that's the one thing I don't like about Arteta. But at the end of the day, don't start him against Man United, because he will cause us problems. He ducks out of big games. Come on. That's a massive game. I don't care what anybody says. Man United.
I'll just say our last 6 games against Man United, 5 wins, 1 draw.
They're our biggest rivals in history, alongside Liverpool. Tottenham are tribal. It's a totally different situation. Yeah, you go to Tottenham games, it's a different situation. Man United, I've been at Old Trafford too many times to know that ain't a big game. And I know at Highbury, at the Emirates, it's a big game. I don't want to see Odegaard, sorry. No chance. I want to see Eze in there. He will put in a performance. And maybe get us the result we need. We need that win against Man United. We need to put them back in the coffin, right? Because at the end of the day, to beat them, get those 3 points, will put a stamp on where we are. If we start Odegaard, it will be sideways, backwards, boring. And the other thing is, I'll take you right now, there was an opportunity tonight, again, for Saka to pass the ball, beg your pardon, to Gyökeres. What did he do? No, he took the shot. Pathetic shot, when he could have slotted to Gyökeres. Gyökeres had his arms up. Pass me the ball. And he didn't.
Was it Gyökeres, or was there another one in the first half then where he shot and it went really wide, but he could have played someone in? I think it was Jesus or someone, or was it?
There was another moment where Timber made an overlapping run. He could have just put it into Timber. He's cutting and shot. I'm starting to have enough.
Had a clear opportunity to pass it to Gyökeres. No, he took the shot on and fucked it up. This is where he's got selfish, and that's what annoys me with him. Saka, I like him. He's a quality player, no question, right? But sometimes he's got selfish, and that pisses me off.
Do you know what? I have to agree a little bit, because he's nowhere near at the levels of what he has been for us. And I think, look, Saka, like Waffles touched on this before and said, look, some players, sometimes you will just have an off season, or not even an off season, but just not quite at your best. And Phil Foden was Player of the Year, won the Premier League the next year. He had a poor season. So I think Saka's not having a great season by his standards, but I do think it's playing on his mind a little bit now, and he's used to being the star of Arsenal, a struggling Arsenal, now Declan Rice is sort of taking that mantle now, and other players are stepping up, Trossard and stuff like that. But Jez, I'll just go back to on the Odegaard being subbed. For me, that it says a lot, because Mikel Arteta shown a lot of faith in him. But now that he's hooking him off quite a lot, for me, that shows a lot. I think we will see a bit more of Eze in these upcoming weeks. But however, I've got a question for you, Jez. Who was Arsene Wenger's most sub player? Who did he sub the most?
Oh, fuck me. Oh, gosh, that's a question and a half, isn't it?
BBC.
Was it No, I thought you had the answer, Waffle.
Nah, I don't
No
know.
chat GBT. Just
In 20
I know
years.
I know the answer because I watched it before many years ago when he got asked the question, and he got it wrong. Wenger got the question wrong. They asked him, and he got it wrong. They gave him like out of 4 players, and he got it wrong.
In 20 years of management, who's his most sub player?
Right, I give you four players. Yeah, right. Ray Parler, Dennis Bergkamp, Theo Walcott, or Canu.
Walcott.
I'd say Dennis Bergkamp.
That's correct, Jez. It was actually Dennis Bergkamp, and they said that to Wenger. And Wenger answered Walcott. That's what Wenger said as well. Awful. And when they told him Bergkamp, he was so surprised. He went, "Oh, we must have had the games won then," or something like that.
That guy didn't like to fly either, innit? So
no, but he was sub though. That's what it was. But you got to remember, Bergkamp stayed with Arsenal till he's 37, right? So there would have been games where
he's coming to the end of his time, wasn't he? Really? So
yeah. But anyway, moving on. So you don't think Odegaard should start, Jez? What about Jesus or Victor Gyökeres? Who would you be starting up top? Tough decision. Jesus scoring 2 tonight. Gyökeres coming on and getting a goal.
You've got to go on tonight's performance, haven't you? I mean, Jesus, I thought was very good tonight. Fair play to the fella. He's not an out and out goal scorer, but he rattled 2 lovely goals in. You can't knock it.
Fantastic.
So you got to start with him. You got to start with him.
Waffle, what you saying? Who would you start with? So you'd go with. So basically, Jez, your team would be the usual team. Basically, I think the defense picks itself. Well, actually, let's go to the defense because Ben White's back now and he's playing well. Do we go Ben White and Timber at left back? Is that what we're going with? Because Nkapie's not there, Calafiori's not there. All right, Waffle, tell us what your back four will be against Manchester United.
It's going to be Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and I'm going for Skelly.
Okay. What he was good today, by the way, Skelly.
Yeah, the reason, and I think Nkapie might be back for Sunday, but don't quote me on that. I need a left footer, man. I need that balance on that left side, man. Timber on the left, yeah, he's good.
Wasn't great against Forest, was he?
The inverting thing and all that, like with his right foot, and no. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that on Sunday. But you asked the question about our approach and everything. Yeah, this is how I think. How it's going to be on Sunday. Yeah, so we know that United have very good players in terms of like Bruno Fernandes, Mbeumo. Who's the other guy that plays up top? Is it Ahmad? Not Ahmad. Who's the other guy? Who? Cunha and all that kind of stuff. They've got very good players that can, counter attack, or I say transition players as well. Yeah, I think that United will let us have the ball, in areas that we can't hurt them. So they'll probably like usher us out wide mainly, and then they force us to probably like try and cross the ball into the box, because we know one of our weaknesses right now is trying to get the ball into the box to maybe a Gyökeres or Jesus, because if you looked in previous games where we played, when we get desperate after like 15-20 minutes, we just result to crossing the ball into no one. And I think Man United's centre backs will be comfortable with that. This is just me just going through it in my head. I think if the game's at 0-0 come half time, I think United will get confident in the second half. That might play into us, but also we just have to be wary of them. Do we respect them? A little bit.
So Skelly would be up against Mbeumo. If Mbeumo starts on the right, do you not think that's a bit of a mismatch? Would you not?
No. Mbeumo will probably start as a centre forward. I think he'll start as a centre forward. They probably play Ahmad on the right.
Ahmad on the right. So Ahmad against Skelly, though.
But the thing is,
I hear you, though. I hear you.
The thing is, with that, I think Skelly, he just needs that confidence. I just think he needs that confidence.
Listen, look, he's gone to the Bernabeu and had a brilliant game. He was fantastic against home. He was up against Mbappe. And
the thing is, we're going to need him in games because we need Timber on that right hand side. I don't want to see Timber on the left. I don't want to see him there because against Forest, it just didn't look good. I think we need to be quick with our passing on Sunday. I think we need to get a goal early, and if not, we need to scam a set piece against Man United. Just get a goal early. Yeah?
Last year, that's how we beat them. We scored 2 set pieces and beat them 2-0 at the end.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to be a test for Arsenal. It's going to be a test.
Give us your starting 11, Waffle, and then Jez can do his, Dan can do his. By the way, I just want to thank every single person that's in the chat. All of you means a lot to us. We're a small channel trying to grow. Thank you to everyone who's part. Like, even if you put one comment, even if you watch for 1 minute, thank you very much. Smash the likes, guys. Get us up to 30 likes if you can, and we'll be happy. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. We're going to be here now after every game, every match reaction. We'll be here.
I got calling XG1. Sahal's in there defending Odegaard like crazy in those comments.
He's his lawyer, isn't it? He's his lawyer. He's a lawyer.
Say he's not good enough, Sahal. He ain't been good enough. Yeah, let it go.
No, but you know what? I'm going to shock you, right? So I believe, like winning teams should be kept the same. Yeah, I don't want to see too many changes. So back four, maybe Skelly, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, midfield. Unfortunately, I'm putting Odegaard in there. Zubimendi.
What win are you talking about of Odegaard? You said keep winning teams. I'm saying, what win are you talking about of Odegaard?
He's probably talking about the 5 wins before.
Listen, you know what it is, yeah.
Good point.
For me, I think I just feel like Odegaard just needs to be in the team for this game at home. It's at home, innit? So I'm surely he's going to be comfortable at home, yeah. And as I said, I think we're going to have the ball. I think we're going to have a lot of the ball in it. So that's going to suit our game, and that's going to suit Odegaard if he's on the ball a lot. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Odegaard, yeah, Zubimendi and Rice. Top Saka. You're not going to hate me, but I'm going to stick with Gyökeres. Not based on Jesus not being man of the match today. But I think some games, yeah, you have to wear down these players, yeah. And you know what I'm saying, yeah? If Jesus is about his business, he will come on and he will lock off United. And Trossard on the left. That's my team.
Say the front three again. So Trossard, Saka, and Gyökeres.
Trossard, Saka, and Gyökeres.
Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard, and then the back four with Skelly and that picks
Skelly, right. Timber. Yeah.
Interesting. Jez, what would your 11 be for Manchester United, my friend?
Well, I'm going to be controversial here. We know he won't do it. I'm going to go 4-4-2. I'll tell you why I'm going to do a 4-4-2.
That's interesting.
Is because Man United will like to flood that midfield.
Yeah.
And I'll go with the same defence tonight. Okay. And I will go Rice. You go
with Skelly at left back then, yeah? You wouldn't put Timber left back and Ben White at right back. You go with the same defence as today. Skelly at left back. Yeah. Okay.
They worked all right tonight.
Mm-hmm. And obviously bring Gabriel from Mascara, obviously, you're saying, yeah?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I put 4 in that midfield. Right. If the option was there, well, we know it won't happen. He'll never do it. He never does play this way. But I would put. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put Jesus and Gyökeres up top, right, playing in the front two. I'll bring into the midfield. I'll bring Saka in there, Rice, Zubimendi, and who else will I bring in there?
If you was going 4-4-2, would it be Martinelli, or would you still go with Trossard?
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think with choice.
Even Madueke could go on the left. I think if you're going 4-4-2, you want a bit of wide players. But look, Pires done it brilliantly. I'll tell
you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with 2 wing backs on. I'm going to go with Martinelli and Saka left and right. Yeah, they can overlap, support down that flank, get the balls into Jesus and Gyökeres. We've then got two in the midfield. Eze and Rice can push through, and we can go if it need, we can go 3-5-1, 3-5-2. Sorry. So he's got the option now. Come on. This is the manager that says he's got 78 different tactical formations. He made that statement, didn't he? Do you remember? He made that. So there you are.
No, listen, I like it. I like the sound of it. I've always said, even prior to the season, obviously no one thought Jesus, we wasn't sure if he was going to get fit, but I've always said that Havertz and Gyökeres up top, wow. They've asked him about it before, and he said it's something he may look at. I just think when you've won 30 out of 36 games, you've drawn 5 and you've lost 2, and you're 7 points clear in the Premier League. You're top of the Champions League. You've scored 20 goals, only conceded 2. You've got 1 foot in the Carabao Cup final. I kind of understand why you would stick to the system that's got you there. However, as fans, listening to what you said, if I saw that team come out, it would excite me. It would, and us fans, we always want something a bit different or a bit more attacking, and that's why we're on YouTube, and fans and pundits, we're here to talk and we say how we see things. That's the beauty of doing this, what we do. So look, yeah, I mean, listen, if I saw Arsenal go with an old school 4-4-2, do I think it could work? Yeah, probably. However, if we go with the usual 4-3-3, do I expect us to win the game? Yes, I do. I'll just say on my my team, usually I would be like waffle, and I'd be like, you know what, I would go with Odegaard, but I don't know why. Something tells me that this game could be good for Eze. I feel like, listen, I know Odegaard's good on the ball, but Zubimendi's great on the ball. And Zubimendi can keep things going. And Declan Rice, I feel like maybe Eze, this game could actually be good for Eze, against Manchester United. Big games seems to come alive. He got a hat-trick against Spurs. And then he played against his old club, Palace. He got the winner. You look at him last season for Crystal Palace. He scored in the semi-final. He scored in the final. I don't think he will play because he's ultimately played 60 minutes today, and I don't think he's done much. I don't think he was all right, but do we play a bit quicker when he's on the pitch? It seems like it to me. Does seem like it. However, probably our best performance in the Premier League this season was against Aston Villa, the second half, and Odegaard was brilliant then. So look, whoever starts, there's not much between them at this moment in time. I have to be honest. I would probably be a little more excited if I saw Eze in the team. So I'm going to go with Eze and Zubimendi and Declan Rice. And listen, you've got Odegaard to come on. Odegaard can come on and change the game in an instant with a pass.
No, he can slow the game down. That's what he does.
Oh, yeah, and maybe we might need that. If the game's a bit frantic and we're 2-1 up and there's 20 minutes to go and we need to take the sting out of it a bit, then he can come on and do that. Back four, I would still go with Timber at left back and Ben White at right back, Saliba and Gabriel, of course. And the front three, I'd go with Jesus down the middle, Saka on the right, and Trossard on the left. That would be my starting 11. Dan, what you saying, bro? What would your starting 11 be, mate?
One of the few times I agree with you, man. I think I'm going for the same team, Dan. I don't want to see Odegaard out there, yeah? I don't want to see Odegaard out there. I can't have a man out there in a big game like this that's going to be jumping out of 50-50s, yeah? Not giving it his all. Sorry.
And do you know what? Do you know what's really...
He's become a liability. And like we've alluded to, the fact that he's getting subbed off against Forest when we need to go and win a game says it all. It says it all. I don't want to see Odegaard out there. I've seen enough. Sorry. Yeah, he ain't got the bottle.
The fact that we drew them last 2 games as well, for me, is just, I know we've just had a great win in the Champions League. I know Man City are dropping points as well and Aston Villa, but we have just drawn our last 2 games and not scored a goal. So I would like to see
something off against Liverpool as well, Odegaard.
Yeah, I think so. So I would like to see something changed in the Premier League, and if that means bringing an Eze in, something fresh, the team moves a bit more free. That's my reason why I'd go with Eze.
I just find it laughable. I do. Few people in the chat saying Odegaard has a great record against Man United. Where's your stats? Where's your facts? Right. At the end of the day, this guy has become another Ozil. Remember him? Yeah, do you remember him? Yeah, came in first season, fantastic.
I think that's paying him a bit of a compliment, but I hear where you're going.
Yeah, definitely.
He just wasn't. He disappeared, man. He disappeared. Right? Any game above Luton, north of Luton, he wouldn't turn up. And Odegaard is not the levels. Give me your stats, Sahal. Give me your stats about this. Because at the end of the day, he's not good enough. Right? 2 years ago, I thought, wow, yeah, okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
he was phenomenal that season. Yeah.
I mean, this guy here, Ozil's a club legend. What are you fucking on about, man? Club legends. Ozil disappeared for 2 seasons.
Anton, the link's in the chat if you want to come on, mate, and back up Ozil, mate.
Hell, man.
Big up Kate making his debut here and coming and showing us love. Appreciate you coming on, my friend.
I appreciate you having me, man. Obviously, sorry for the lateness. Obviously, I've been doing a lot of streams. I might not even be that long, but I love the opportunity, man. What, you man having an Ozil Odegaard debate? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Well, look, someone mentioned, or Jez just referred to Ozil. I think that's a compliment, but he was saying basically that he was good for one season.
No. I'm comparing how shit Odegaard is to Ozil, because Ozil had one good season, right, and that was it. Because after that, what happened to him? He dropped off a cliff, man. He was awful.
I don't think he only had one good season, Ozil.
I don't think he had one good season. Ozil's one of my favorite players at Arsenal still, man. But I think Odegaard and Ozil are just different players. Ozil's a natural 10, Odegaard's a natural 8.
Ozil done things at that Emirates, watching him live, that made me sit there and go, wow.
Yeah. I have opposition fan friends that have gone to watch him, like watch Arsenal games when they watch their team, and they're like, bro, like, you end up just watching the game for him because of what he does in it. And obviously, that's not me to say that he does anything. Obviously, it's comparable. If Odegaard wins the league with us, obviously, there's a lot more credit. But like, that's probably one of the most creative players that's ever lived on earth. Like, do you know what I mean? And put him in this team, and we'll be swashing chances left, right, and center. Like, obviously, but that's a different style of player to Odegaard, isn't it? To be honest with you, so different role. One's the captain, one's came in as well.
How do you feel about Odegaard, Kate? What would you feel about him? Because I mean, look, we're flying in the Premier League. We're 7 points clear. We're top of the Champions League, scoring 20 goals, only conceded 2. We've got 1 foot in the Carabao Cup final, or rather, I'll just say we're in the semi. But you know, it's looking good. How do you feel about Ozil? A lot of fans hate it. I mean, excuse me, Ozil. A lot of fans hate Odegaard and really don't want him playing at all. Some fans, like in the chat,
I don't think it's hate. I don't think people hate is a very strong word.
Well, I think there are some people that hate him, Waffle. But all right, let's go with you on that. Okay, yeah, listen, there's people that hate Arteta, hate Odegaard, but they don't hate Arsenal though. They love Arsenal though. Remember that, yeah. But anyway, strange. There's people have strange opinions. I just want to get his opinion because we've all kind of had our say with
Odegaard. Obviously, I love Odegaard as a player, innit? Like I've watched him for a long time, and obviously Don knows me, innit? Like I back most of our players anyways because I watch too much football for me to be so hypercritical of guys. Like when I don't look at players for their weaknesses, I look more at what they can do because every single player in the world has weaknesses. Like even the best players that you rate. So I think it's so good. I think Arsenal fans are frustrated because obviously last season he was very poor. Obviously, from a creative standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, maybe the injury affected him. Who knows? But he's not a natural 10. Like, so I'm saying expecting Ozil stuff from Odegaard is like expecting like Pedri stuff from Rice. Like, it's not gonna happen, innit? Like, so at some point you have to kind of look at the player for what he is and judge him. Maybe you can have more criticism on Mikel for playing him in that position constantly and not using him more deeper and playing him with another 10 and kind of allowing him to play in that.
I don't think he doesn't play as a number 10 though, does he?
No, that's what I'm saying. But like, because he's not like a Bruno Fernandes, a KDB, a Ozil, where they're between the lines.
I think he plays exactly where he should play though, right?
Yeah, he plays like a like a Bernardo, Gundogan, that he plays that kind of role in it. But I think because you
look at Bernardo Silva, he doesn't have the numbers at all.
Do you know what I mean? Because we play Rice and Zubimendi, or before we played Rice and Partey, so it's like he's the most attacking of those three. You're going to judge him on those things. And obviously 22-23 season, he got the 15 goals. People expected that from him. That was an anomaly, which has been proven through the rest of the seasons. And that doesn't mean that he can't do that. It just means that I don't judge him by that. It's just one of those ones. And I think with Eze, and maybe that I bring him into a conversation. I think Eze doesn't do the things that Odegaard does in terms of controlling the game, which sometimes we need. But also, as Odegaard doesn't do what Eze does, where between the lines in the final third, ball striking, just magic. You don't have that. But that's why in the team, I think you alluded to saying where we are in the league, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, we have both options. Like last season, we only had one option, and the one option wasn't pulling the weight and was lacking in what we needed in terms of creativity and that spark and that final ball. And now we got that. And there's times where we've watched Eze, he had a run in the game, a run of games at the beginning of the season when Odegaard was injured. He played well in some games. He didn't play well in some games. And sometimes you had some people looking at Odegaard when he came back and saying, oh, right, like he looks. It's just football, man. I think Eze will get his shirt back eventually, but I don't think you need to be so harsh on anyone, because I think for the first time we have a team where both players in both positions are at least close enough. Like maybe you bar Rice's position or something like that, where you look at maybe there's a big gap. I think everywhere else, like, okay, Saliba, Gabriel are amazing, but like you take the backups. You're not going to be like, oh, like these guys are playing. It's a Rob Holding thing. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm not critical on Odegaard. Obviously, we'll see. With Ethan going out on loan, Arsenal clearly long term have him there. He's a 10. Max Downham is also a 10. Who, yes, he can play wide. So the long term, you can see that Eze's been brought in. He plays in that position. So let's see in a year or 2 years what happens with Odegaard. He's the captain.
So from what you're saying, you would start Odegaard on Sunday then. It's the gist of right now.
I would start Eze on Sunday, because I would also start Jesus, and I think the pair of them start well. But I think Odegaard not playing any minutes today. Odegaard not playing any minutes today. Like what I want and what I expect. I think he is going to play on Sunday because I'm saying he's been rested. But I think he's on the leash that I gave Gyökeres, where I'm like, another game where you're a bit more underwhelming. And even
maybe Arteta's just got ruthless. He said to him, "Listen, your game, I hooked you against Nottingham Forest, not good enough, and maybe this is the beginning of the end for him. Maybe we are going to see Eze, because I don't know. I don't think that's going to be the case, but
I know what you're saying. But as I'm saying, I think one thing I'll be fair, and like because all season or up until this point in the season, it seems like, I think was it Calafiori and Capie are the only ones that are out in it. So we're probably our most fit that we've been this season, where it's probably Havertz, who's probably a bit short of fitness, so he's not getting that many minutes. But everyone else is there in it. So I think it's now on Mikel where we see how he manages the squad game to game. And he's been doing well, in my opinion, where he's making certain rotations where he can surprise lineups here and there. But it's how you manage it. Some games are going to require an Odegaard from the start, and some games are going to require an Eze. Get that right from the start, and I think most of us don't complain. Because there's games where we play low blocks where you need Odegaard to get on the ball, and Eze is not really getting the space, and he's getting marked out. And I'm not saying he's not a player, but it's like it's not suited for him. And there's games where, like today against Inter, there was bare space in the middle, and maybe he wasn't the most influential, but I think it was an Eze type of game, and I think that's why the synergy, the team worked. But if you could have played Odegaard, maybe things could have slowed down a bit. He would have probably still played well, but it suited more of an Eze, and against a low block, I think it suits more of a Odegaard. I think that's what it is. Mikel just has to see what game makes more sense for both of them, and I think it can work. Because
you want to go to this point from JT, Dan?
Yeah, I wanted to read it, guys. Eze's because I disagree with this. I usually agree with most stuff JT says, but I disagree with this. Eze is a huge risk if you watch United play City. Arteta surely will want to have control, and Eze won't work there. I think that's why he doesn't get much play time. Well, for me, Bruno Fernandes is not a player that controls the game. And I thought he was excellent against Manchester City. You know, Manchester City had control of that game to a certain extent when they had the ball. They had like 70% of the ball. United were just lethal on the counter, and they played it brilliantly. And United will play that exact same way against Arsenal. But they'll let us have loads of the ball. And look, Odegaard's good on the ball, but he divvies on it a bit sometimes. He goes back a lot, sideways. So maybe this game could be perfect for Eze. Like, you know, the North London derby.
Bruno doesn't do that. Bruno doesn't do that.
Exactly. A North London derby was such a big game. Eze came to life. So,
can I say something? It's so funny, yeah, because if you talk to Man United fans, yeah, they don't like, obviously they recognize Bruno, but they hate Bruno because they watched him, and they obviously the amount of times he spams and loses the ball, and not saying they hate Bruno.
Some love him, some hate.
Some of them are very frustrated with him, or like a love-hate relationship. Obviously, I think he's matured a lot in the last couple of years in terms of his overall play and become a way. He doesn't just force things when he needs to all the time. I think he'll play shorter passes and stuff. But I think it's funny because we could have him in our team, and maybe a couple of years of having to force passes all the time and not control, we might end up being like he's annoying. And football is funny, isn't it? Like you always want what you don't have. It's always one of those cases, isn't it? And you never look at what you do have and enjoy it. So
Alright, Kate, do you make videos and that on Instagram and that?
Not enough, but I need
Sure,
to.
I've seen some of your videos on Instagram.
You probably would have, but I don't. I'm not enough still. But I'm definitely I'm active on here on YouTube a lot in it. I make a lot of like player analysis videos and stuff in it. So
yeah, big up, man. I'll be tuning in, bro, for sure. Make sure you go and follow everyone here. Waffle Don. What's your name? What is it? Kate?
Cape has Pauser.
Cape has Pauser. Jez is Arsenal, as everyone knows.
I was going to ask you, man, a quick question. Yeah.
Go on.
Who needs this game more? Who needs to win this game more?
What, Arsenal or United?
Mm.
Oh, come on, bro. United, what are they fighting for?
It's not as straightforward as that, though.
No, United are fighting for United in and around the top 4. You know, like
they went off 4th place, man. United, I can't believe
they're going to finish in the top 5 still.
Yeah,
personally,
but there's no way a team that is fighting for a top 4. So it's way more. They don't have another.
Yeah, fighting for a title, fighting for a top 4 is more important.
Yeah,
them getting to Champions League is gonna be.
Oh, listen, it's massive, Waffle, but I just listen. Look, I just think for Arsenal, 22 years to win a Premier League title, Man United don't make Champions League. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Like because they're still.
They're gonna wanna like.
That's our arch nemesis, fam.
The pressure's on Arsenal, though, isn't it? Going into that game, the pressure is all on Arsenal, and that's why at the Emirates sometimes, I remember last season we were all over them. I think, did Odegaard miss a penalty? I feel like we missed a penalty in that game. We missed a penalty, or we scored a penalty. I can't remember, but it was in the FA Cup.
Odegaard missed the penalty.
We went out on penalties. And I remember that game. It was horrible. But in the Premier League, we won 5 out of our last 6 against them. Drew 1 game at Old Trafford, won 5. We always beat them at the Emirates. So, I mean, look, I think we'll win the game. But after seeing what United did against City, Michael Carrick will say to them, guys, the exact same game plan. That's what he's going to say. The exact same game plan. So
I think it won't be the easiest though, because I think Arsenal are a better team than City. Let's just call a spade a spade. I'm not saying and we're in a better moment.
We are
and I think because they're going to be away from home, I think they were always going to. I think I always sensed they were going to win that game. Obviously, we hoped and want, but I'm like, United had a lot of their players back from AFCON and that, like had a lot of their attackers, and they played very well. But I think if we do start Jesus, I think it'll be a big thing, because the way they handled Martinez and Maguire handled Haaland,
exactly.
I think they can handle Gyökeres probably easier than that in the same way, because he's the same type of player. But I think a Jesus, that false 9 type of player, off the back of a brace and a very good performance, I think you open up the game very well for Arsenal to kind of take it to them still. So I think it's not going to be easy, but I think United can get sorted out, man. Like, it can get sorted out, man. And they need to get dealt with, because we've drawn our last 2 games in the Prem, so we need to get a win. So
just quickly, because people call me Arteta's lawyer, but Gyökeres' lawyer's arrived. So I'm just going to go through we're just going to do a vote on who to start, because we kind of did it already with our starting 11s. But Dan, I believe, who would you start up front on Sunday?
Don't ask me silly questions, Dan. You already know this, man. The man's just got 2 goals at the San Siro. You know what I'm saying? Double the amount as Gyökeres, albeit he scored a banger. But
I'm surprised it's not Havertz. You'd be missing him, so I'll be missing
what's so funny?
you.
Yeah, I've been missing Havertz as well.
The goal that Jesus scores. Oh, it's a tap in. Not a big deal.
Hold on, Waffle. Who are you starting?
I'm starting the.
Yes, all right. Kate, who are you starting?
I'm starting Gabby Jesus, man.
Gabby Jesus. Jez, who are you starting?
Up top.
Yeah.
I told you I'd start Gyökeres and Jesus.
Oh, yeah, you went with both of them. Sorry, you did. You went with 2 of them. All right, brilliant. Well, it's interesting. You got Jez saying 2 of them, and then you've got Anton. I don't even need to ask him, but I'll ask him, and we'll come to, because I know you're going to give me a big long answer, so we'll come to you in a second, right? But so you've got him going for Gyökeres, Waffle going for Gyökeres, and then you've got me, Cape, and Dan going for Jesus, and Jez has gone for both. So it's interesting.
I've gone 4-4-2. I've gone 4-4-2. So
if you could choose one or the other, Jez, we know he's not going to do that.
Yeah, if we go 4-3-3 like we will, who would you start up top? If it's a 3 up top, which one would you start? Jez?
No, me. Sorry, say again. I'm sorry.
If you had to, let's just say, because we are going to go over 4-3-3. If you had to choose one of them to start, who would you go with?
Well, I'm going to start with Jesus because he scored 2 tonight.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, well, we know what. Well, I mean, we know what Arteta likes to do. You score 2 goals, you get dropped. That's Arteta's way. It's the normal story. But at the end of the day, I'll start with Jesus. On the left flank, I will go with. I'll go with Trossard. Actually, he does perform. He gives it his 100%. And of course, on the right, we're going to, of course, because nothing's going to change in the world. It's going to be Saka. We know. But
would you not start Saka then, Jez?
Would I not start Saka?
Because you had him in when you did your 4-4-2 lineup. You had him in. So we're in a 4-3-3 now. Would you drop him, or would you play Madueke?
Well, this is a tricky one, isn't it? Against Man United, would I go Madueke or would I go Saka? On this instance, it's Man United. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Saka.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's got previous against United as well, Saka, man.
Right, Anton, Mr. Anton, Gyökeres is his lawyer. Go and follow his stuff. What's your channel called, Anton? Let the people know.
I think first and foremost, I want to big up my channel I do with Cal, Fire Them Cannons, because in terms of the Arsenal community, that's really the channel I want to push right now, because we've had some really good shows recently. Me and Cal went at it yesterday. Dan was there in the chat. Thanks so much again for supporting me.
Come on, man. I'm always there, man. You do good.
Yeah.
You do a good morning show, and it's perfect time for me to tune in when I'm driving.
So you were listening to us on the drive to work, which was cool.
Yeah, bro.
So yeah, I think I'm going to push Fire Them Cannons, because I think that show deserves to have more than 69 subscribers at this point. And
so everyone in this chat, there's 25 of you right now. If you can go and subscribe to Fire Them Cannons, show Anton some love. He's going to tell you. You're going to hear
the link in the chat, man. Let me put the link in the chat, man. As I'm a mod as well. I'm following you guys as well. So let me see if I can find your channel. Yeah, what's it called? Cow and
Fire Them Cannons.
Can you get everyone's channel in the thing, Dan? If you can.
What do you think this is, man?
I'm not you, Waffle. I was asking Dan if he can do it. I don't know how to do it. Dan's the brains.
I think you put it in the description what you really should do at the bottom.
Get something called Stream Elements, and that'll just be so easy for you guys. Stream Elements. You can just like it does it automates it.
Yeah.
Subscribe, yes. So you got
also big up to Cal as well. He's good
so
stuff, knowledgeable when it comes to the Arsenal.
We're going to get him on one time as well. But listen, talk to us.
He's just got busy schedule. He works right now, so I'm off because we're going to the tennis. But
talk to us, Anton, because look, I mean, before Gyökeres come on, I mean, if he didn't score, it's looking like he was. Let's have it right. He was terrible against Forest. He was non-existent against Liverpool, I would say. You
skipped a game. You skipped a big game.
Yeah, no. Come to it in the cup against Chelsea. He was good. He got an assist. He scored. Right place, right time. So you've got to give him his credit for that. Overall, he's not having a great season. You have faith in him. Reasons first. Why would you be starting him this Sunday against Manchester United?
For me, Gyökeres gives you the most upside of any of the strikers that we have. He gives you the most potential production of any of the strikers we have at the football club. For me, I just think it's been a confidence issue with him. I don't think it's helped that the fans have been on his back since the moment he got here as well. I don't think it's a help that he has played in such an easy league where he gets so much spaces that now it's going from one extreme where he's got all the space of the pitch to going to the opposite extreme where he's got no space, and he's got defenders who are stronger and more physical in this league than he's ever been really used to before. But I do feel that he's getting more confident. And that goal he scored today was not a tap in. He didn't come off of weird, off of his crotch or anything like that. It was a banger. Right? And for me, that is the best news that Arsenal Football Club could have had, is that he saw that go off the back of the net. What I loved about this today, and this is what I saw from Gyökeres, which he has not done to date. Saka has just not been giving him the ball. In this game, he probably should have squared it to him about 2 or 3 minutes earlier. Trossard, to be fair, also was free and onside as well in that same attack. And Victor this time had enough of it. You know, he literally took the ball off of Saka. I said, you know what? No, I'm taking it this time. And he put it top bins. And for me, he's like he's like had enough of it.
He didn't take the ball.
I don't think I think he tried to play the pass him, and it was a bit behind him. In the end, it fell to him nicely, and he finished it excellently. But
still, the assertiveness in this, you could just tell he was like, no. I've had enough of this.
Can I ask you a question, Anton? Then
yeah.
So you see how you're reacting about that? Was he doing the same thing when Jay-Z scored that goal against Villa? When he just took it nicely.
Here's the thing, though. I don't want to play off our players against each other.
You weren't reacting like that.
Hey, go back and watch the Football Terrace. I was literally going on saying, to give you context of what's been going on with Gabriel Jesus, the amount of major injuries he's had, the journeys he's had, 3 times he's had to come back, gone through the wars to get himself back into this position. A double like this is not something you should overlook. I was very happy. I had tears coming down my eyes seeing Jesus play the way he did today.
Can I ask you a question then? Do you think
I love all my players?
Has Jesus warranted the start then with his performance?
So here's the thing: it's stylistic. In the Champions League today against an Inter team that, as you can see, they pushed up, they played a high line, they were going for it at home. Jesus has got the spaces in the Champions League. Jesus would be my guy in the Champions League. I mean, Jesus, I think a mixture of Jesus.
Wouldn't that be the argument for Gyökeres? Wouldn't that be the argument for Gyökeres?
Okay, so if we're talking about just Jesus versus Gyökeres, I think Havertz is a whole different conversation, because I do think Havertz is probably more suited in the Prem, right?
I agree.
But between these two teams, both of these players have kind of screwed up their opportunities that they've had for the most part this season. Even when Jesus has had come on in the Premier League, and at times it's sort of been a bit of a waste of a sub. The game, what he came on against Nottingham Forest, for me, he didn't impact the game at all. Against Chelsea, I felt like it was a negative when he came on.
What about Wolves at home when we got a 2-1? Was he a negative in that one?
Again, I could also point out times when Gyökeres had good moments in the season as well. Yeah, both of them overall this season have not made an impact. Right?
No, I agree, but you can't compare the two, because Jesus has played way less minutes than Gyökeres this season, and coming back from 11 months of an injury. And I'm not saying that it's comparable, because Jesus. I just
think that Jesus, when it comes to winning the duels and being able to be a physical presence up top, he's just
winning
not
the duels.
Enough.
Do you know? Hold on.
How many times
today against Inter, I'm saying
Victor Gyökeres has won the least duels in the whole of Europe, all strikers. So that's a bad stat.
Yeah, that's an incorrect fact still. Because Gyökeres does more wrestling for centre backs.
He's lost more duels. He's lost the ball.
Winning
more duels than anyone across any striker across the whole of Europe. I couldn't believe it when I saw that stat.
And should I say something, Antonio?
But you know what's another stat though, by the way? He only has got 1 less goal no comps than Hugo Ekitike this year. With all the criticism that we're giving to him, he's actually, they've been strikers who have signed for much more money than he has this summer, who have been a lot worse.
Well, listen, I was saying
for me, okay, the Gyökeres thing for me is not about what has he done, it's about what he can do. It's always been that way for me. I've been consistent. It's always about what he can do. Yeah, but when he starts getting confidence, when he starts firing.
Yeah, but
you know the funny thing about
ability to score more goals than anybody else.
You know the funny thing about this argument.
So
you know the funny thing about this argument, yeah, is that we've had 2 guys out injured, yeah, and no matter how bad you think Gyökeres has been, yeah, he's brought something to the team, because you know what, we're at the top of the league and the top of the Champions League for a reason, yeah. So he must have done something in this team. He's not a statue. He's done something. He's done things in this team, whether you like it or not, yeah. And he's covered for Jesus and for Havertz, who haven't played hardly any football. Yes, Jesus has come back into the team. You know, he got a couple of goals here and there. But I will say this about all 3 strikers. They're not all consistent, yeah? Jesus today, he might give you 2 goals today. He might be shocking on Sunday. and then you like be like, oh, do you know what?
Yeah, but isn't
Because me and Kate do a lot of watch-alongs as well. Sorry, let me just finish my point. Let me just finish my point, and then you land as well. He might give us something different on Sunday. We might win the game. It's roulette with these players. All of these strikers that we got, it's roulette. There's no one's gonna guarantee us anything.
Yeah, but
you know one thing I saw, Don, to that point though, which I think is interesting, and I think is going to benefit us in the long run. It's with Havertz as well, which is today Gyökeres doesn't get a start. He sees that Jesus has come on and played well, and you can see immediately when he comes on the pitch, he is full of energy. He's winning every duel. He's trying to get the ball into Saka and Martinelli as quickly as possible. And then he goes ahead and he scores a big goal, like as if he had a point to prove. I think the same will happen. One second, Dan. Let me finish my point. I think the same thing will happen with Havertz when he returns. I mean, like you saw when Havertz came on against Portsmouth, he was like, okay, I got to do something right here to try to make you guys remember what I'm capable of doing. He plays a beautiful through ball in, which leads to the corner, which ends up getting us a goal, right? Jesus today gets the start. It's his big opportunity. He gives you two. I think all of them, as a combination, are going to get us the goals that we need to win us the trophies that we want to have this season. I think it's only a good thing. I think we need to stop with, hey, I prefer this guy over that guy or this guy over that guy. This is also a football club. We are winning. We are winning, boys.
Hey, Anton,
you know
obviously, I have to subscribe to your channel, innit? So obviously, you subscribe to mine. Trust me, I back all our boys, and I'm not one of those toxic fans. But I think because Dan asked the question, he just said, "Who would you start on Sunday?" And obviously, we're just having a conversation around why. Which is obviously I don't think there's any wrong answer in it. I think Gyökeres probably will start. I'm not gonna be mad at it. Like I'm not gonna be, oh my god, why? Because obviously, especially he's got a goal today. He should be confident. He's got 2 and 3 now. There's positive signs, but I think when you're looking at like what Don said, innit, in terms of, I don't think they're all none of them. These guys are Thierry Henry, Haaland, or Kane level type of strikers where there's inevitable, even if they're out of form, we're still gonna play them, innit. But I think, to your point, obviously my grace on Gyökeres, where I'm not so harsh on him, is that he hasn't had the competition this whole season because of the fact that the injuries have been to Havertz and Jesus, that he's had to play, hasn't had the adaptation period, being able to get pulled out the team and stuff, and all the stuff in it. But just right now, like we're saying, who would I want to pick for Sunday? I would pick Jesus, because I think his overall, if he didn't score the 2 goals today, I would have said his overall game was still good. The way he linked up play, the way he was involved in the first goal, even before he got the goal, just in general. And then obviously you add the 2 goals. The first goal isn't a Jesus-like goal. That is like a Haaland, maybe the Gyökeres, but he expects poacher goal. And then the second goal, obviously, he's a tap in where you want a striker to be, but that's positive, isn't it? And it's like, you start Jesus on Sunday, if he doesn't play well, Gyökeres comes on, scores a goal, then he gets the shirt. Then you rotate it like that. Like, I'm not really mad at you.
Again, when I say that, I'm not saying like, we're going to lose if we start Jesus.
Cheers,
you know what I mean?
Listen, cheers, man. Really appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll catch up soon, yeah? Take care, mate.
Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you all.
Nice to see you, Cheers. Take care.
No, so
take care, man.
Again, I think it's much of a muchness. Like if it's the other way around, and as you say, if Jesus starts, I'm not going, oh fuck, you know, man, we're done today. I'm gonna be like, let's go, Jesus. Like, but you know, I'm wanting to stop having.
On your point, I just wanted to say to you, because you said that obviously today he came on and he had to score, and he came on against tired legs. One thing I've always said with with Gyökeres is that he very rarely gets 90 minutes. He gets hooked off at 60. And sometimes in the Premier League, you should get goals when defenders are tired. You know, teams sitting low block against us, they get tired. And listen, look, sometimes he's not played well. That's why he comes off. But you look at him today, into Milan, we're clearly tiring. He comes on and he gets a goal. So listen, if Jesus starts and for 60 minutes, he's not so good, he knows, he's going to know in his head, Gyökeres is coming on. And I do feel, I've played striker before, and I used to play before, and there was someone who's, me and him, there wasn't much between us. But I always knew when it's coming to 60th minute, I'm looking over my shoulder, when am I coming off? And I've seen Gyökeres do it at the Emirates. And he's looking, he's thinking, please don't be my number. And it's his number and he's off. And so sometimes that could, so look, Gyökeres might not start. I have a feeling he might actually go with Jesus. And if he does, then look, Gyökeres might come on and get the winner, and it's happy days. And like you said, Anton, look, people say, oh, why do we have to choose who we want to play, and or why do we, like Dan gets annoyed when I say, oh, we're going to win the league. Ask me, listen, we're on YouTube. That's what we're here to do now. Talk about football, ask the questions, and have a debate and speak about it. Like,
and ultimately, not every conversation has to be toxic. I don't think I can see you guys are probably like me in terms of like, fam, you don't always, you can have a conversation and be critical. You don't have to be, because like, for example, we're going to talk about, some people want Madueke to start for the fact that he's more lively than Saka, or people will want Ben White or Timber, whatever it is. But that's a good thing we're having these conversations where you can say you want one option or another option. But I think with Gyökeres, my only criticism is that when he doesn't score, I want more. Because I don't need a striker to always score in it. Like, as you said, Dan, I used to play striker as well. So there's not every game we're going to be able to put it back in the net. Sometimes it's either you're not going to get the chances or you're not scoring the chances, but you still got to affect the game. Like, you still got to get your touches right. You still got to hold up the ball well. You still got to make runs. You still got to challenge for duels and just do the basics, because they are basics in it. You don't even need to be big, strong, or anything to do those things in it. So sometimes when he doesn't, I think he's leaving a lot in the game, like a lot of territory. Like Jesus today established himself. Like, okay, fire the ball into my feet, and it's gonna stick, and I'm gonna get it moving, and that puts pressure on the centre backs because they know, okay.
But the one thing is they're all very good at three different things.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think any of them are good enough to lead the.
Yeah, they're not good enough to take that.
You know what's interesting?
But they can share it.
Very interesting, Dan.
He said it in his interview, Jesus, as well. He said he wants Gyökeres.
You know what's really interesting, Dan? It was really nice to hear. I was just on the stream with Mo. Judge Mo. Yeah. One thing he said today, because of course we play his team today, and he said, "What guys? This Arsenal team, is probably the most well-coached team there is out there, and they are the only team in Europe," he said, "that can play in every single style of football and do it at a highest level." And I think the fact that we do have three completely different profiles of striker plays into that. So if you want to play a quick possession style of game, you put in Jesus. If you want to play, a little bit kind of like the traditional Arteta, where we're crossing it in and we're holding the ball, you get yourself a Havertz, and the other style you can play. Gyökeres can kind of play a bit of both. So we have so many different ways to beat teams. Look at our left wingers. You got Eze, Trossard, Martinelli. All three of those players offer you three completely different skill sets from each other. Odegaard and Eze in the middle offer you something completely different. Saka and Madueke offer you something completely different. That makes us versatile. That is why we are going for it in all four comps, because we can rotate and we can play our team to basically go at the weakness of our opponent.
Yeah, weakness of our opponent. Which is a credit, man. And Dan, obviously, you said that you're Arteta's lawyer. Maybe you're Harvey Dent, and I'm Spence, bro, because I'm there as well, brother. Like, you got this. What Anton's saying is just a credit to the manager. Like, I think for years.
Did you just reference Suits, by the way?
Yeah. Suits.
Come on, bro. That's banging, bro. I know. All 9 seasons, bro. Come on.
Because if you see it, like, at the end of the day, like, people, and I understand the criticism on Mikel for the trophies that have been left for the last couple of seasons, FA Cups, Carabao Cups. I'm warranted there, innit? But ultimately, he's got us at this stage where we can actually say, and obviously, if we get the wins in terms of the trophies, we can say in a certified way, like, we actually are the best team in Europe. Like, every time we play teams, the managers say the same thing. Well-coached team, so hard to beat. They're the best team. There's no weakness in the team. If you try to take the game to this place, they're ready for it. And and it's like, it's the truth. Like, if the game becomes nasty where we have to defend low block, the guys are ready for it. If we have to go long, guys are ready to go long. If we have to play intricate one-touch football, we can do it. If we have to play fast transitional, if we have the quality on the day, we can do it. If we have to face a low block and break them down, we can do it. If it's a set piece thing, if it's an own goal, whatever it is required to win a game and not lose a game, we have it. That's a manager.
And the crazy part about all of that, though, is on top of it, in all the different styles we play, we will always have control.
Yeah,
as a baseline, which makes it so hard to beat us.
Watching Man City, watch Aston Villa, like teams that are competing with us, they never have control of their games for 90 minutes. They never have control of situation. They never have control of all the conditions that can happen in the game, which is why I'm very confident that we're going to win. Maybe we might not win the quad this year, innit? And I think Arsenal fans should get giddy, because just because you make content or you don't make content, fam, you can say that you can go for a quad. If you don't win it, like, you're not. No one's a prophet. No one's a psychic. Like, end of the day, you're gonna get things wrong. But if the team is giving you reason to be confident enough to do that, Carabao Cup, one game away from a final, I said we're not seeing second again in the Premier League, and we're not going to see second again. Champions League, we've won every game, and we're going to win.
Well for the start of the season.
You know what's so funny is
how many trophies? How many trophies do you
at the beginning of the season? I predicted Premier League and Carabao Cup. Like I just said that we should be winning that because I think we went to the semi-final last year. We were poor, and I said Champions League final. I said if we get to the final, I think we rectify 2006, but we haven't done it before, so I can't have chest to say that we're going to win it. But I think at this point in time, I think.
Say it. I know you want to say it. I know you want to say it. It just,
okay,
you just
cool.
can't.
Yeah, I think we definitely win the Carabao Cup and Premier League, and I think obviously FA Cup is a good chance.
FA Cup's too early right now for me.
We've got Wigan next round. It's our trophy, but I'm not going to take that. But the Champions League, I think, because we beat Real Madrid in our worst season in the last couple of years, last season, comfortably, and PSG game was a toss up. I think that second leg, if Donnarumma does have a game of his life, fam, we could be us in the final, wouldn't it? With Marino up top, we would have won that final. With no Havertz, Jesus in the squad. So I'm like, this team is a different team. If they can get to that stage again, we've beaten Bayern this year, who we didn't get over the line 2 years ago. I think I want the PSG and Barca. I think we can, but I don't want to say it because say we're going to win the 4, we only win 1, and that's the Carabao. I look like a fool. We're not going to win that. I think we're going to
win the.
I'll say a double for now, and I'll say we'll check Champions League and we'll see how it goes. Champions League and FA Cup, but a double for sure. FA Cup. What about you?
We're with the FA Cup, right? I just think that at some point that may be the cup that gets sacrificed, right? Because we're gonna have. It looks like we're gonna have a Carabao Cup final on March the 22nd. Yeah, we're gonna have massive Premier League games. Because even if we're it
depends on the draw, though, Dan. Because we're gonna at home. You would anticipate we win that. Imagine we get another easy.
If we exactly depends on the draw, but if we get a Liverpool after that or someone or whatever, I just feel like at some point, quarterfinal, semi-final. Let's say we get to that April now. And we've got Real Madrid in our 2 legs. And in between that, we've got an FA Cup game against Liverpool. I just feel like, and we draw the first game with Madrid away. I feel like there would be heavy resting. And then we've got a Premier League game.
But look at what our heavy resting looks like. That might be a front three.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I've said it from the start. We could win the quadruple.
We can. Not to get ahead of you, man. So, like, just
for me,
what would you man actually do if we did though? Like, what would you actually feel?
You know what?
Like, what would you do? Because I think I'll be the most craziest, unbearable person.
I'm gonna be wearing. I already told Dan this, right? On next year on stream, for every competition we wear, I'm ordering the replica medal. The medal, the actual, right? And I'm wearing them on every single stream. Like if it's just Premier League, I'll just wear that. If it's Champs, Carabao, all the damn medals. Because every one of our rivals for years, you guys don't win any trophies. Mikel Arteta. I would absolutely love just for all those people for us to have all of the trophies.
For 1
year, to deny them all of the trophies.
Hey, listen, not even just a rival fans. Some of our own fans. Some of our own.
The ones that the Arsenal. I call them the reverse Arsenal fans. The reverse Arsenal fans.
Crazy stuff, man.
Yeah, no. Guys, at the moment, I'm still sticking to Premier Champions League double. But if we win the Carabao Cup final, I'm upgrading to treble, and then we'll see how far we get in the FA Cup because that one is the one I'm the least likely. Yeah,
because I'm gonna have to wrap in a minute because I've been on for 2 hours, guys. But the thing is, just touching on that, the media, that's us Arsenal fans, positive ones like ourselves, are kind of putting it out there from the start. We're not scared, you know. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I don't really care. Do you know what I mean? Well, I do care, of course, but I don't care how it makes me look. I care for Arsenal more than my opinion being wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what a lot of people, they don't want their opinions to be wrong, so they want Arteta to fail. They want us to fail so they can say they were right and someone else can come in and win. Like it's crazy stuff. But we could do a whole episode on that. But touching on if we win the Carabao Cup, right? That's when the media then goes, can they do it? The quad, right? And that's when the pressure really starts to build.
Comes on. Yeah,
and
right.
You remember Liverpool that season? They got to the Champions League final. They got to the last day of the season.
FA Cup semi-final.
They won the FA. They ended up winning the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. And they lost the Premier League on the last day. The Champions League. Imagine that. So that's shown that it's possible because they was 2 games away from doing the quad. So listen, it is possible, and that's why before I've said it earlier in the season that this could go down to be the greatest Arsenal team ever. And people are like, that's disrespectful. I'm like, hold on. In the Premier League era, we never retained the Premier League. if this team wins one Premier League, believe me, it won't just win one. I'll be backing us
because of the level that we've shown over the last
This is
years.
what I was trying to tell fans the other day after the Forest game, when everybody's all worried about, why didn't we take this? That was an opportunity. I'm like, Arteta's sitting there saying, okay, they've dropped points. That means today, even if I sneak a little cheeky 1-0, we're good. I'm going for all 4 competitions. There's no reason for me. I already lost big players in the first half of the season. Let's try to not get ourselves back into that position again. City look self-defeated. I can play Madueke and rest Saka today and playing him in the Champions League because I'm going for everything. People need to realize that in order to win everything, you can't go 100% best effort every single game.
You need to do it like a marathon. Like I always say, I call it like NBA. Like the playoffs are gonna start soon, and when the playoffs start, you want all your best players fit and ready. And I don't know if you guys saw that interview from Saka.
He's learned, and he's
he went back to his primary school or something, and he was talking about like we've been burnt out towards the end of the season, multiple seasons now, and we need to learn from that. And I think Mikel was also learning from that because I think Saka, you'll see a level jump in like March, April when it's running time, and he's like, no, it's time for us to certify this. He's gonna end up being the Saka that everyone wants him to be, that people are criticizing him for the season, even though I still think he's been amazing. But hey, man, as we say, we'll see how it goes, man. Obviously, I know Dan's gonna wrap up.
If we do go that deep, we're gonna be playing some really big magical nights. Think of Champions League finals. If we do that. We go Wembley twice. If we get to do that, all these players I keep saying are going to have their moments in the season, and that's the beautiful part about it. That's why all of us are worrying about Eze and stuff. I think Eze is gonna
have his running, man.
He's gonna have his time, and that only shows the levels that we can go to. We're already clear, and there are questions about the striker. There are questions about Eze. There are questions now about Odegaard. But again, Odegaard also showed a great run of form only a few weeks back. So that's why I'm never going to be like, oh, this guy doesn't deserve to be in the team. This guy, they all deserve to be in the team in some shape or form.
Man, the manager, the coach. I think when fans, hopefully, I'm just hoping that we win the season, so the whole fan base unites, because I want to know what that looks like as a unit, like where it's Arsenal. There's none of this nonsense.
They won't,
everyone else.
The Arteta outers are
I feel like Arsenal are Real Madrid, Barcelona level in terms of what they can do worldwide if we get there and win, and then the fans also stop doing the whole hating on the club and just hate on everyone else or battle everyone else, because it's like, this is us, innit? Maybe it does, innit? We'll see. But hey, man,
let's get predictions, and then I'm gonna wrap up. But listen, it's been good. I want to get you two both on again with some of the others as well, man. So try and make that happen, and same ways with you guys, man. But let's quickly just go on predictions for this weekend. Just give me a scoreline prediction. Either review, and then
3-0 Arsenal.
And we'll wrap up. 3-0 Arsenal. I like it, man. What are you saying, Anton?
See, the narrative I've been going with the whole week is that I feel like Dan, you have the same talent as well, where when we're about to drop points, you have this little bit of nerves in the gut. You're like, oh, something doesn't feel right. And then we also know when Arsenal's going to go for blood. This game for me feels like Spurs and Aston Villa Part 3. And because both of those games are 4-1, I'm going to say 4-1 for this too.
Fair enough.
I'm going to go 3-1. 3-1. Gabriel Jesus and Gyökeres both to score again. That would be brilliant. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm buzzing. Just trying to think, what's the day today? Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. Hopefully, probably be doing a show, guys, on Friday. Everyone, turn your notifications on so you know when we're on, because we do like just random shows sometimes when Dan's got a free time or I've got free time, we jump on. Thank you to sorry, bro, I keep forgetting your name is
K-Pass Pauser, innit? If you want to find me, just type that on
Pauser,
yeah. I want to find that so I can.
I just subscribe to your channel, Anton, as well. Obviously, Dan, obviously.
Yeah, wait, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. We're gonna check your stuff out as well, man. Everyone, I want to thank everyone who's been in the comments. There's been people with us all throughout this whole stream, bro. We've had about 40 people at one point. You've been in and out, all of you showing us bare love, man. Help us get to 2K subs. That's the next target now. We've got to like 1,500 in just from the start of the season. So if by the end of the season we can get to 2K, we'll be over the moon. To help us get there, guys, every little subscriber does help. And I want to thank Don Waffle, who came on earlier. Obviously, my partner in crime, Realist Kuna.
Done.
Jesus Arsenal, who come on, the absolute legend. So thanks for everyone for watching, and let's hope Arsenal can go and beat Manchester United. I probably will do another live before then, hopefully on Friday. So get your notifications on, guys. That's the main thing. Get them on so you know when we're coming on. That's the main thing, because like I said, sometimes we just, Dan, have you got a quick hour? Yeah, I've got it. Boom. We've got family life and commitments and work. So sometimes we just do it when we can. But yeah, man, I want to thank every single person again who's been in the chat, man. Big up and have a good night, and we'll see you all soon. Let's just end it off with this.
Peace.
Oh, yeah.
I'll join it. You know what?
Yeah, there we go.